That's one small step for man.
We gotta start this shit. This is gonna be good.
Welcome back to the Sci-Fi and Friends podcast, episode number 81, and this is the first episode in the new studio. I'm still on Main Street in Joplin. I just moved down the street to 409 South Main in lovely John Buck graciously gave me a spot in this building. It's really nice. It's a tad warm, as Chris and I have been talking about, but
Dude, this
the
place
space
is super cool.
Yeah.
Super cool.
I think it used to be a restaurant, or the other side used to be a restaurant, like a bistro or something. Yeah, it's super cool. Got a lot of nice space. I love the high ceilings, and I can finally spread out, put these lights up, and have the space to actually do a good show. So I'm excited to be here. So I'm excited you're here as well. Let's see, any other updates? Not really. The new studio is the biggest thing that's going on. You heard me talking about the AI. AI is now editing my podcast, so hopefully I can get out more podcasts because I don't have to spend 6 hours editing them in 1 minute. Actually, it took a 6-hour process and ripped it down to about an hour and a half.
Dude, that's
to
crazy.
Put it together, put some music to it, put a thumbnail, upload it, like everything. Write a little guest bio, like everything, about an hour and a half.
I'm not gonna lie, I've had AI write some posts for me.
Yeah. You're not the only one.
Check it out at synergyfights.com.
Brought to you by ChatGTP.
I gotta change some stuff because I feel I'm like, I've seen that somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like, it's very similar. It doesn't change it up every time. It's like very similar, but the words they give you, I'm like, man, that's smarter than what I could do. So.
Yeah, and how they place it and stuff. I won't only give it to you in 5 seconds. It's like,
oh, for sure.
Write a poem about synergy fights. And it does. It's amazing. Alrighty, my guest today is the owner?
Yes.
Yeah. Co-owner and developer. Created it, right?
Creator. Yeah. Me and Zach Cummings.
Yeah. Co-owner of Synergy Fights.
Matchmaker. Graphic designer.
I
mean, I do medicals. I mean, I do it all.
I do it all. That's about the day and age that we're in. You got to pretty much do everything.
I've just learned over the years how to do everything. You know, I started by just, going to shows and being like, hey, I'll do your results. And I did the results and I'd get into shows for free, like, World Series of Fightings, the Bellators, and then, obviously the local shows is where it all started.
Yeah.
And, yeah, man, and it just kind of took off from there.
Yeah.
It's cool, man.
Please welcome co-owner of Synergy Fights, Chris Gregory.
What's up?
It's like the craziest intro, just like trying to get to it.
Man, it's cool. It's super cool. Like I started, obviously doing that to get in, and then I podcasted a little bit, the Yet to Be Named MMA show, and then Travis Corder, who actually works with me at Synergy, asked me to come promote or come matchmake for him.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, I know all these guys, and yeah, man, I honestly, when I first started this, I would get people on social media riled up, and I'd be like, hey man, these guys from KC won't fight these guys from St. Louis. And then I'd make them fight, you know what I'm saying? Like at a neutral show, just in Springfield or something like that, and that's why I think all these teams mess with me, is because I give them fair fights all the time. You know what I mean? And they're going to build. They're going to build, and they're going to, they're going to do big things. A lot of these guys.
You were that guy in the locker room in high school, like, he said this about you, and then you should go punch him.
That was me.
Yeah. And
I was usually the one getting punched.
They're like, no, he didn't say that. We should beat you up. When did all that start with Synergy? Or when did you start getting into like professional martial arts, I guess, combat sports?
Man, young. Yeah. DVDs of the sport. Like my dad had DVDs and VHSs of the sport of like King of the Cages and like, Rumble at the Rock. So it was like BJ Penn's, like Carlos Condit, stuff like that. And I used to watch those. And then I'd say about 2010 is when I started really getting invested in it and then doing the media side of it. And then I'd say it was about, I'd say 3 years ago we started promoting, Wow. Yeah. So like I've been matchmaking for, 10 years almost.
Wow.
But promoting is really like still young for me. You know what I mean? But we built something so sweet with Synergy in the Midwest.
Oh yeah, Synergy is. I've been to several shows now, working for you guys, and it's impressed me. Springfield really impressed me.
Dude.
When that place filled out, because I thought, no way, there's so many seats. No, it was to the top, filled out, and the fights were amazing.
Dude, that venue is the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's cool.
For me, the history, right? So like for me, it's like, man, I used to go watch, you know, the Snoop Dogs. And,
there?
Yeah, at that venue, you know,
That's
when I
awesome.
was in high school.
Oh,
you know,
really?
and Fabulous and Tech Nine, you know, and stuff like that. So
It'd be a great music venue.
for me to do shows there, it's awesome. You know what I mean? It's like, damn.
Come full circle.
For sure. And I watched Zach Cummings fight there too, you know? So it's like
early in his career.
career.
Yeah.
I have interviews with Zach Cummings where I'm in like my attic doing like a podcast and
really?
Zach Cummings is like on a video. It's pretty cool, man. But
What?
It's super old. I probably deleted it off of YouTube because it was embarrassing. You know what I mean?
But still, it's like a history, you know, because they know that you know.
They know we're Missouri.
They know. They don't care here.
Right on.
No, I mean, like, that's like a history because look at how he turned out, you know, UFC champ, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, won and then got to retire in Kansas City in his hometown.
He wasn't a
basically.
champ in the UFC, but you know, he was a
Very successful, I'll say.
very successful.
Yes.
10 wins in the UFC.
Yes.
Was in the UFC for, man, years. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
So, and then, you know, having that time off due to his back injury and then coming back, and you couldn't get a better, you know, retirement, right?
Oh,
right?
man.
In Kansas
Perfect.
City,
Yeah,
the
hometown
atmosphere was
crowd.
amazing.
Yeah.
Dude, these people in front of me were like, do you know this guy? I was like, dude, yes, this is awesome. Like, I got to be a fan for a night, which is very rare for me because, you know, even when I go to other shows, I'm trying to help out or do something. you know?
Right.
I mean, I'm always trying to do something.
Well, you know how it is. Like, you know what they're going to be struggling with. And
Oh, for sure.
You probably see things that they might not see and say, hey, if you take care of that, or, you know.
For sure.
There's so much behind the scenes.
Dude, it's and without Zach Cummings, the behind the scenes would be nearly impossible.
Think
for
so?
me. Oh, dude, I did one show, right? I'm going to tell this story just because. I did a show in Lawrence, Kansas by myself, Fight Hard MMA, after I bought it. And it was rough, you know, and Zach saved my ass. You know what I mean? He brought the cage because at the time my business partner didn't bring the cage.
Oh, that's kind of important.
It's
you
kind
know,
of
like,
important,
that's like-
you know. I mean, stuff happens.
Yeah.
It was a pain to get that cage because it was so big. It was like a 30-foot Bellator-looking cage, huge. So it was a real process trying to get that. So, yeah, man. Anyway, we got the cage from Zach. So Zach saved my butt.
Yeah.
And then from there, you know what I mean? I was like, hey, Zach, you know, let's figure something out. So he was doing shows at the same time while I was doing shows. He was doing Apex. I was doing Fight Hard. And then we were like, hey, we both wanted to go to Springfield. Let's get it together and do it. And that's what we did, you know. And, man, we've had 10 shows, bro. Like,
wow.
10 shows in a matter of, like, two years, or 8 in a matter of a year.
Oh, my gosh.
So,
No
like,
wonder you're so stressed.
We're just busy.
Yeah. What about how it seems like there's a lot of what is the level that Synergy is at, or the other ones like Apex and whatnot? Because you have like the big one obviously is UFC. Yeah, and then you have the Bellators and whatnot. And then do they classify those? Do they rank those at all?
Yeah, I mean
local, I guess, versus.
I guess like the hardcore fans do, you know, they rank it. Everyone knows UFC, right? That's the NBA. That's everyone knows the UFC, but I feel like Synergy is the best regionally in Missouri and Kansas, alongside Fighting Alliance Championships. I don't think there's many that compete with us quite yet.
Right.
You know, there's some that have been around for a long time, but honestly, they're not putting on the fights that we are. They're putting on fights where you know who's going to win.
Oh, right.
And it's just the honesty of it. You know, I mean, there's a time for building a fighter, and I feel like they build them way too much, you know.
Oh, I see.
I'd like to see guys get 2 or 3 wins and then fight a real tough opponent, you know, especially
an actual challenge.
Yeah, actual challenge, you know.
Right.
And sometimes you might get that on your first fight.
Yeah.
You know, you got Ray Hayes, you know, who was a 10-1 amateur going pro on October 14th for us in Springfield. And there's not many people that want to fight him. 10-1 as an amateur, you know. Luckily, you got guys from Oklahoma like Abraham Benjamin, who was more than willing to step to the challenge Ray has to fight at 55 for this fight. He would have liked his pro debut to be at 45. That's just like the way the sport is sometimes, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be very tough for Ray on the regional circuit to get those fights because everyone knows him. We're going to have to find guys from outside of the area in order to fight Ray. You know what I mean? I mean, honestly,
because they're
and he
intimidated
for and well, he's solid. He's a
yeah.
solid fighter. So is Abraham Benjamin.
right.
Don't get it twisted. This dude is solid. He came in and fought Tristan Christensen when we were at Fight Hard in Springfield, and those guys went 3 rounds or 2. It was 2 rounds, and it was just hell. Like they went through it. You know what I mean?
War.
Dude, like these guys went through some, like Tristan went through some battles as an amateur. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was time for him to turn pro.
Oh,
it was time for him to get paid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's looked great as a pro. So, and this Abraham Benjamin, man, he comes to bang. So it's going to be good. Him and Ray Hayes is going to be a phenomenal fight. That card is so stacked. This is the biggest one I think we've done.
Oh, wow. The one in October.
I mean, you got Marco Hutch, who's a up-and-coming middleweight. He's on a 2-fight win streak. He was out with some health issues for, a couple years and came back and has looked great against, seasoned veterans. Gallivan Bland, he has a win over him. He has a win over, what's gonna be the next one? Oh, Wayman Carter, who's a seasoned vet. And then, he's fighting Tyler Stinson, who, to score a guy like that for us is huge. He's a local legend. He's fought World Series of Fighting. He's fought in Bellator. He fought in Strikeforce. You know what I mean? And if any hardcore fans know Strikeforce, this guy has wins over, several UFC vets, and it's going to be a tough test for Marco. But we think he's ready for that. We feel like he's ready for that, and we know it's a tough fight for him, and he knows it's a tough fight.
Right.
But he's ready for that challenge.
That's one thing I've heard you talk about, the matchmaking part, where you're very adamant about putting the right people together.
It's got to be balance.
Yeah.
If you give these guys easy fights all the way up until it's time for them to go to the UFC, when they get to the UFC or get on Contender Series where you have to fight to get on the UFC or in the UFC or get a contract, you don't want them to be fighting scrubs all the way up until that.
Right. Just give them a false sense of confidence.
Yeah, I just there has to be balance in this. Yeah. And if there's not balance, you won't get the fighters. We won't get these regional guys no more.
Yeah.
They lose a few fights in a row. You got to help them out, man.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not, then what are you doing this for?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you want these guys to get somewhere.
Yeah.
You want these guys to make it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, and you want synergy to make it.
The thing
as well.
about me, what sucks about me is I want all of them to make it.
Yeah, that's just not possible.
Just the percentages, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know what the percentage is of people that get to the UFC or wherever they want to go. Some people have different goals in the UFC these days. There's PFL out there that's paying big bucks. So, rack those wins up on the regional circuit and, go get those. We've had, John Beckett. Jonathan Beckett just got a big LFA win.
Nice.
He's a 2-1. He's now 3-1. Dude, I love all these local guys.
Yeah.
Alan Olivas, he's really close to UFC. Mikey England. I mean, I could name dudes all day long.
Yeah.
There's so much talent.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
and that's
it's
why you're
stacked.
good at what you do. You're
Dude,
passionate about it.
Thank you. I appreciate it very much.
I don't think you could do what you do because of all the stress and all the monetary, demand and everything if you weren't passionate, just like you are. Like, you just rattled off 20 names
I'm obsessed.
and their records.
I'm seriously
You have to be.
obsessed with this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how, I don't know why, but I think it's just what I love. I don't know. My wife is like, you love this. Like, if, the first show, like, I was like, man, I'm done. And my wife was like, no, you're not. No, you're not.
You felt defeated after the first show?
I felt like it was just a rough one. You know what I mean? It was
First
a rough
show.
one,
Yeah.
It was a rough one. I'm not a rich dude, I mean, honestly. I'm a show-to-show type of dude. You know what I mean? I'm not a rich guy. I love to do this, and I put everything into it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love the shit out of it.
Yeah.
I love being able to match the fights I want to see.
Of course.
The fans love them, too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, I feel like we're growing to be one of the best. I'm not going to say we're the best yet.
Yeah.
But we're growing to be one of the best in Missouri and Kansas.
Yeah.
And that's what's most important to me right now. I would like Oklahoma. I would like a little bit of Arkansas, but there's good promotions going on there, and I'd rather hit some untapped markets. I'd really like to go to St. Louis next year.
Yeah.
Let me say this, within 16 months, I want to be in St. Louis to do 1 or 2 shows a year.
Well, I don't see why you couldn't, right? I mean,
100%.
just get your connections.
100%. We have guys that fight for us down here on the Springfield shows, on the Kansas City shows that come down from Springfield. You know, our 125 amateur champ, Justin Richter, he's from St. Louis, trains at Wolves Den.
There you go. Yeah.
So, like, we got a lot of guys from up there that are begging us to come up there.
Oh, then you just got to put the pieces together and it'll work out.
Yeah, man. And like, you know, there's great promotion. There's one good promotion up there right now, and you know,
is that competition for you guys? I mean, can you guys both coexist?
We can coexist.
Yeah.
I don't see why not. You know,
there's plenty of people wanting to fight.
I've coexisted with promotions since I started this. I've tried my best, like Wichita. I wanted to go to Wichita, but David Rickles, who's a great guy, fighter, promoter, man. Yeah. You know, he does a show there, so I'm not going to go invade that area. You know what I mean? There's no point.
Right.
Now, if Rickles was like, come on in, you know, I'm just using him as an example. Right. You know what I mean? But he does his own promotion in Wichita, Kansas, and, you know, that I wouldn't want to step on toes. Yeah. That's my thing.
Well, kind of like you said about untapped markets, like that Wichita's kind of got something going on. If they want to invite you along, then fair enough.
And they give us and they give us guys. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Rickles gives us guys. You know, when he doesn't have a show, he gives us guys. I love that. You know what I mean?
He gives you guys to put on the card?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
100%. He owns a gym. You know what I mean?
Oh, right.
Most of these promoters own a gym. Most of these matchmakers are part of a gym. That's where I'm different, right? Yeah. It's like nobody at our gym, at Arise Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fights. You know what I mean? I don't have a gym. Now, yes, Zach Cummings has a gym, but, you know, ask him his record on our shows. You know, I give them tough fights, too. You know what I mean? I want to see them build. And,
of course,
to see those guys get tough fights is great.
Yeah.
And I can mess with Zach a little bit, too.
Yeah. Well, I think I've heard you say that you trust Zach to whatever guys that he gives you. You know, you trust him fully to say this is a good person to match up against
the coaches that I deal with, man. Honestly, they're going to tell me if their guy is green or if their guy is a 3-time American, like all-American wrestler. You know what I mean?
He was in Israeli prison for 14 years.
Which, you know, there's guys out there right now that's a three-time All-American that's looking to fight right now, and I can't find him a fight.
Oh God,
dude, he's an amateur, 125 amateur. Yeah.
So in that case, you have to go outside the region, right? I mean, I don't know. Start digging.
It's tough. People look up that stuff now. You know, I didn't do that at first. I didn't look up their wrestling credentials. I was never like, I better check out this guy's wrestling credentials. Now I do. As the sport goes on, I've learned. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, check this out. You know what I mean? Before you send it to a coach, because like, they don't have no wrestling experience. The dude's like, dude, this guy's a 2-time All-American. God. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I have not done that, but
you don't want that to happen.
You don't want that to happen. So
is there a place where all that data gets compressed?
Most of it, you know, most of wrestling, kickboxing. Oh God, like
hard to keep track of.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. It's tough.
You gotta like spy on them. Go to their gym and be like, how are they training, or what kind of belt color they got on right now?
Well, there's a guy right now on Tapology. It says he's 4-2 in kickboxing. He's like, no, that dude's like, I've seen him fight at least 20 times. That's not true.
Right.
Like that's not accurate.
It's my alter ego.
It's getting better. Like Tapology is getting better with keeping up with it. Combat registration, it keeps up with it pretty good. So it's getting better. Box Rec is starting to keep up with all of it. So, you know, it's getting better.
Yeah, I feel like that would be very valuable data to be able to track someone their entire career.
Oh yeah,
and then crunch all that across thousands of fighters and to see like what comes up, like what works, what doesn't work, you know, who made it from nothing to this. And
it seems too smart for me.
There is a lot of data to be crunched, but it'd be cool to be like, you know, Oklahoma and Kansas, they produce the most fighters, or what, I don't know who, probably California or Texas, but
probably
one of the bigger states.
Probably California, probably Texas.
Well, California has
I don't know, man.
long
Kansas
history
and Missouri is kind of getting there, man.
That's good.
Like,
that's good.
They've been getting there. Yeah. Really, you know, I mean,
it's the wrestling thing, isn't it? Like our region, Midwest, is kind of known for its wrestling.
I feel like
corn-fed wrestlers.
I feel like the guys that have been getting there from around the Midwest are the ones that have really took the tough fights. Like before, like fights. I'm like, man, I don't think they're going to win, and then they win. You know what I mean? It's like, oh man, they're doing great.
They pulled through.
Yeah.
Those are the best fights.
Those are the best fights.
When you don't know.
You don't. And that's why I like to book them like that.
Yeah.
It's like, man, those are the best fights. The fans want to see that.
Well, it's like it solves.
But the fans
two
don't
problems.
know. Let me say that.
Well, at this level.
Let me just say that. Like, a lot of the fans just don't know. Like, if they see, 10 knockouts in one night, they're going to be ecstatic.
Oh, they're going to.
Where on the other side, I'm like, if I see 7 decisions and 3, knockouts, I'm good with it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, oh, okay, I matched that one good. Like, when they go to a decision, I'm like, okay, especially the amateurs, right? Mm-hmm. If the amateurs go to a decision, they got 9 minutes of cage time. Yeah. Actual cage time. So it's like, yeah, you might have lost a decision, but you got 9 minutes, right? Like, and that's what's huge. I think a lot of these amateur guys, they're willing to test themselves right now.
Yeah.
Like the Dalen Loonsfoot, like our champ.
Yeah,
Dalen
I was
Loonsfoot.
just thinking about him.
Dude, like that kid will fight anyone you ask him to.
Yeah.
Anyone. Him and the guy he's fighting, Alex Yano, their coaches are like, we want the toughest challenges. You know what I mean? They're close to going pro, both of them.
They're still amateurs?
Yes.
Oh my God. I didn't know that.
See, a lot of fans don't know the difference. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just like, because I feel like our fights are that good, not to brag, but they really are that good. Yeah. And it's because of the fighters. Now, I mean, yes, I matched the fights, but like the fighters are what really is building Synergy FC. Yeah. 100%. They do as much of the leg work. They put asses in the seats. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I just give them the tools to do that.
It's definitely a synergy type of relationship because the show has to be good. The lights got to look.
I love that name.
It's a great name.
It's perfect. It's two, me and Zach coming together and then doing our thing. You know what I mean? Our teams coming together, and man, it's like it's worked out perfectly.
Yeah,
perfectly. And he's like such a laid back dude. For as violent as he is in the cage, he's just so like his demeanor is just so laid back. And
it's
chill.
Crazy. And I don't do the best at following fighters. I want to, but it's like I know more Pokemon than I know fighters, and I'm trying to get better at that.
Man.
But when I found out about him, and then at the show, you're like, go talk to Zach and get paid. I'm like, okay. So I walk up, and I'm like, this is the guy. This is the fighter. This is the killer. So nice. Shakes my hand. I hope you had a good time. Here's your money. Like, I did not expect that.
Dude,
I expected to get I expected to be sucked in by gravitational forces and held down and punched. Man. I don't know. I was scared.
Super nice, man.
Yeah, incredibly nice.
Straight up. Yeah. It's his birthday. Happy birthday.
Yeah, there you go. Happy birthday, Zach.
For one. For two, man, if it wasn't for that guy, for real, like, like he not only like has helped me build this shit like I wanted it to be built, and he wants it to be built. Yeah. He has helped. He believes in what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, he believes in every little move I make. Every now and again he has to check me. But he believes in every move I make. And dude, he's helped my life tenfold, bro. Like, not awesome. Just like dealing with people too. You know what I mean? Like all of it. You know what I mean? Just watching him deal with people and stuff like that.
Yeah. How'd you meet Zach?
I used to be like, hey man, let me get in free. You know what I mean? Nah, really, really though. I used to do media. Yeah. And when Kimbo Slice fought, Zach Cummings fought on the undercard.
Okay.
So he fought. I don't remember exactly which one. If it was the Brandon Newsom fight or which one it was, but he fought on the undercard. I've known him before that. I watched him fight forever, man. Yeah. Like, so I've been a fan and his friend for golly, man. Over 10 years. Yeah. Over 10 years we've known each other or whatever. So
the Kimbo Slice, that's not like the backyard stuff. Like,
no, it was
Zach wasn't.
It was professional boxing in a ring.
Okay.
And Zach did MMA.
Oh wow.
Won by Darce.
Nice.
Against Brandon Newsom.
Awesome.
I remember that.
That's awesome.
I remember almost every fight, bro. That's crazy.
Just that because you're so passionate about it, or
I don't know.
Yeah, it just sticks.
Sometimes I can't remember what year or nothing.
Right,
but
you can pull up the actual fight.
Yeah, I can remember
who did what.
Most of their records. You know what I mean? Most of the guys' records that are fighting on our cards, or
that's probably what makes you such a good matchmaker.
Close to making it too.
Because we were talking about data earlier, and you're saying like that's too smart for me. It's like you already have it all in your head, and you can just siphon through it and be like, oh yeah, these two together. Would
and
be
it's
great.
like Zach is like, hey, we could hire somebody else to do some of this stuff, and it's like it's hard for me to give it up because I don't feel like anybody can do quite what I do. There's only a few. There's not like it's not like there's like a bunch of matchmakers out there, right? Like there's people that think they could probably match a card, and you know, good luck.
Well, would you ever consider like letting the lower, like, you know, some of the amateurs or some of the undercard or whatever be matched, and then you guys focus on the higher levels?
I don't know.
I think you like it too much.
Those guys
honestly.
matter too. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I don't know. I think like if I did that, I'd have to like approve of the fight.
Of course. Yeah. Of course.
You know, Devin Shields, this kid that broke his back in our show, ended up fighting all 3 rounds with a broken back.
Dear God.
Yeah, he sends me probably some of the best matchups. But I'm like, when he sends them, I'm like, are those people available? I mean, that's just kind of what you got to think.
There's a lot that
will
goes
that guy
on.
really fight that guy? You know,
can he get down to that weight?
Those guys are both good. Do they really want to fight each other right now? It's a lot of questions, you know.
Right.
And that's like Ray Hayes, man. That dude was willing to fight a glory kickboxer with over, I think he had 50 pro fights. And I was like, are you sure? You know, like that's the type of matchmaker I am. Though. I want to look out for all these guys. You know what I mean? Sure. Like you want them to come up correct.
Right. Because that's the goal, right, for these guys. They want to do these regional shows, these local shows, and then build up. So they can't be taking these fights that they're going to get bulldozed or whatever, because once you go pro, I mean, that your record is permanent.
100%.
And then that could shape your entire career if you take the wrong fight at the wrong time, right? I mean, is that...
Yeah, but it's a trip right now, right? Because all these guys that are amateur and going pro are so good. So it's hard to get you that build up sometimes.
Right.
It is. It's very hard to find that
it's probably it's probably changed in the last decade versus the guys that were making their way up to UFC 10 years ago. Now it's...
On our Kansas City
media.
card, Sean Gilliam, for instance, his kid's 18, has been training with Zach since he was 13 years old or before that.
That's the world we live in.
He has video of this kid he was a legit kid, you know. He's
a real life kid.
Yeah, he's a legit kid. It's crazy watching these kids come up, man. It really is. You know, on the next card you got a kid, Roland Pruden, who's 18 years old and is already 4-1. Already 4-1, because in Arkansas, you could fight before you're 18. You could fight MMA before you're 18.
How old? Did you say 14?
He's 18.
Oh, he's 18. He's got 4. What the heck? I mean,
he's 4-1.
It's the same as jiu-jitsu. These kids that are getting on the mat at 6 years old, they're going to be monsters. If they stay with it, they are going to be so terrifying.
Just, even in life, right? If they even in life, like they're gonna be so like mentally. Like I feel like jiu-jitsu makes you mentally stronger.
Absolutely.
Just dealing with people, everyday things. Like people don't, you know, if you only go to jiu-jitsu like once or twice, you won't get that. But if you go and you build a relationship with the people in your gym, I feel like you do build that.
Well, you get put in really compromised positions
all the time.
That if you were put in that, you know, in real life before, I would have, you know, if you got on top of me and you neon bellied me, I would have freaked the hell out.
Oh, dude.
But now it happens and it's like, okay, I've been here before. I kind of know it's not great. It's not comfortable. I don't want to be here.
Right.
But I know there's a way out.
I can weather the storm.
There's a couple, maybe. Depends on who's doing the knee.
I mean, but
I get you.
Weather the storm. I mean, weather the storm.
And you know, it's
I
like,
can't breathe, but
you know, there's like, okay, there's an escape here. I could maybe do this. Oh, I bet he's looking to take the mount. You kind of have all these things that before you just had pain and you couldn't breathe
and freak out
Gosh,
this guy, I can't breathe.
I still freak out a little bit in full mount when people put their chest down on my face.
I freak out when Baloo gets on top of me.
Don't let that happen.
We train with Brandon Baloo. He's a big guy.
He's very
and
big.
His pressure is just like I feel like I'm a big guy too.
Yeah,
I don't have the pressure he has.
Yeah, he displayed it the other day.
We don't want to give him too much credit or nothing on the radio show or podcast or nothing.
Just loop it.
He's just a big guy. He's a girthy guy.
Yeah, he is. And you definitely do not want to get underneath him or it's going to be a long 5 minutes for you.
Yeah.
But yes.
Shout out to Andrew Brown.
Yeah, Coach Brown. He's going to come on the podcast.
Another guy that's for real been a big, part of my life, man.
Yeah,
for
he's
years.
Good. Yeah, he's good.
For years. A lot of people don't know my background. I don't share it too often, but those guys have always been, huge, like, just like anything I ever needed, I could go to them and they got me.
That's good.
Not financially or nothing, but,
Right.
Jordan Brown too, It's just like these guys that you you're in the gym with, man, like they really we invest in each other, you know what I mean?
For sure. That's one thing I have absolutely learned doing martial arts is like the community is one of the best communities. People care.
Oh yeah.
While they choke you out, they care,
sure.
you know.
For
Hey,
sure.
how's your mom doing? You know, hey, what's up at work?
Yeah,
there's a lot of that.
You could tell.
I used to kind of get annoyed by that because I'm like, I'm here to train. I'm not here to. And then I realized, you know, halfway in or whatever, like, oh, this is part of it. Like, this is part of the decompression. It's not about becoming the greatest jiu-jitsu player of all time. Like, it's about connecting with these guys and you know, because there's days where I've been down and someone's like, you good? Like, no, I'm not good.
Or they just say something obnoxious.
Or they say something.
Coach, that's Coach.
Oh my God. His energy is amazing.
It's great. It's great, man.
Yeah.
It's always like that. It's been like that for years, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's only been down really a few times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He lifts himself right back up quick. You know what I mean? Like I said, that's one of the guys I've always gone to if I ever needed anything mentally or, you know what I mean? Those guys are always going to be 100 with you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, and that's what I like about the gym, man, is that, you know, I've got to look after some people that needed help.
Yeah.
I've been through a lot of shit in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of shit.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? So to
so
help
ironic.
other people.
Shit pipe goes when you're originally from California, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then worked your way to the Midwest?
Well, I'm originally from California, and then when I was I lived in a foster home before when I was in California. So my dad moved to Missouri, and I lived with my mom. And then, like, basically, I came out to Missouri one time. I'm just going to tell the story. I came out to Missouri one time and then to visit my dad. And when I went back, I got off the plane and they put me in a group home. I was a bad kid, but I wasn't like, you know what I mean, like overly bad. I was just a little bad kid,
Like,
you know.
ornery.
Ornery.
You weren't
and,
like,
you know,
you weren't like scared or
yeah, I was ornery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But so I went to a group home, and then my dad was trying to get me back, but since, you know, once you go into a group home, you're immediately in the system. So you get caught up in the system. So in California, it's just a huge system, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
It just is, you know. So I went from a group home, and until my dad could prove that he had like stability or some shit, you know, he was stable. Sure. I mean, he was stable enough. He lived with my grandmother, so she was stable at least. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So one of them was stable. Shit. So basically, that happened. So I went to a foster home, and then my freshman year, they finally got Missouri Family Services out there to agree to let me come out here.
Oh wow!
Moved out here my freshman year, and yeah, man, I got in just as much trouble out here as I was getting into out there. And then my dad died when I was a sophomore. So instead of living with somebody else when I was a sophomore, I used to get an SSI check from my dad dying. So I lived by myself, and I bought an apartment. Still went to high school. Still graduated high school
As a sophomore.
Still did I didn't graduate as a sophomore.
No, I mean, but you had your own apartment, living on your own.
Because I didn't want to live with anybody else. I wanted to try to do it by myself. At the same time, you know, I'm a badass kid running around doing drugs. You know, doing meth. You know what I mean? Like, you know, that was a big, you know, fuck up in my life, right? At that time, you know what I mean? And I don't know, man. Basically, my dad died, and I went off the walls. You know, what I mean? Till I was 21.
Wow.
Till my wife said she was pregnant, basically.
Oh, that's what snapped you out of it.
Straight up. And it wasn't like no rehab or anything. It was like, okay, wake up, bro.
Wow.
Wake up.
Yeah.
Like, wake up. You got to have a kid coming, you know, and like, it wasn't easy to quit, but it wasn't like how everyone acts,
All
like, you know what I mean?
Hollywood portrays it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I just stayed away from it.
Sure.
You do that, I don't speak to you, I don't fuck with you, I don't want any part of you, you know what I mean? That's just how I am. That's why I'm always looking out for people now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that happened, and then there was a week span in my life where, you know, I was just off the walls, you know, so I got in trouble, and then I was on probation for 10 years, bro.
Wow.
10 years I had to go probation, and you know, I dropped a few dirties for smoking marijuana, and then they sent me to prison. Oh, this is literally almost 12 years after this stuff happened. So I go to prison for something I did 12 years ago,
What?
But it's my fault because I was smoking weed.
Because the probation was
Right.
broken?
Because the probation was broken. So I go do my time. And at the time I had a 7-year sentence and a 3-year sentence.
Whoa.
My 7-year sentence, they ended up saying that, man, this dude has not gotten in trouble in this much. So they let me off probation right before I went. So instead of having to do a 7-year sentence, I went to prison and I did a 3-year sentence.
You did?
And I was doing all this matchmaking. It ended up being a year and a half. So I was doing all this matchmaking before this happened, and then boom, I'm gone. You know what I mean? This is years ago, right? This is years ago. I'm gone. I come back home and I'm like, man, I get a real job. I'm not doing no matchmaking, nothing. I'm like, and then I go right back into matchmaking.
That's
you know
good.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And 6 months later, I was off parole. You know what I mean? 6 months.
Wow.
Because the guy was like, you haven't broken a law since this?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I've smoked
Over a decade.
I smoked a few joints,
Yeah.
and you guys hit me
Some
for
harmless.
it. Yep. So when they moved me to Kansas, it was probably the best thing that happened to me because they were like, which is so weird, right? Because it's a strict state,
Right.
And they were like, but he was like, man, you have not broken a law in this long, so they let me off parole.
That's awesome.
And you know what I mean? I've just lived a good life. I'm a family man. You know what I mean? Like, but that's why I like to help. You know what I mean? Like. All these youngsters at the gym or all these dudes going through mental health.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just, I think it's important for me to give that back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when I see people on drugs, man, like it hurts me, bro. Like
Really?
it hurts my feelings and shit. You know what I mean? Because it's like you have so much more potential than that. Like literally you are, everything's lost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything's about lost. Like now it's time to pick it up. You know what I mean? It's like, I tell people that quite a bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of people I go to high school with, man, like they just continue that cycle,
Yeah.
I did it for a few years and then it was done.
I'm out. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they continued that cycle even till today, you know what I mean? I'll see some of them at fights and see some, because it's a local, know.
Yeah.
And, man, you know what I mean? It hurts me, but I'll do everything I can to try to,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, say something or at least,
It could have been you,
put a little thing in there.
Yeah, that could have been you.
For
But
sure.
I mean, you were lucky enough to snap out of it with
My wife
your
has
son.
dealt with some shit with me. She's
Yeah.
the biggest supporter of everything I do, man. Everything I do. And I couldn't ask for like a better partner, or friend for real, like best friend.
That's when you know you have a good one.
Oh yeah.
When she's behind you.
And she could chill with the dudes and crack jokes with the dudes just like anyone, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, like I had a rough life, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too far into it, but you know what I mean? Like it was a rough life.
Yeah.
I mean, but I picked it up and I was like, man, I'm going to build something.
That's awesome.
And even in prison, I was like, man, I'm going to get out and I'm going to do my own promotion. You know what I mean? It took me a minute once I got, but I had goals. And even when I was in there, man, like I was the rehab guy. Like, okay, so when you go to treatment, there's a senior and that's an inmate that is in charge of everyone.
Oh, okay.
I don't really know why I would ever sign up to be in charge of like, you know what I mean, real criminals, straight up,
right.
you know. But I thought it was a cool thing, and it took some stuff off my sentence.
Nice.
And it was like, I would even tell them dudes, I'm like, look, man, you getting out and doing good, that's up to you. Like, but in here, just do this program and see if it works. I did the program. I don't know. I never did a drug, but I wasn't doing drugs before I really went to prison either. You know what I mean? I got hit for smoking weed.
Yeah. Yeah. But
that's your opinion. What if it's a drug or not? You know, not
well,
mine.
it's definitely a drug. Acceptable or not?
At the time, it
was unacceptable.
It was unacceptable in Missouri at the time, which is crazy because now it's
everywhere.
Man, I went to the T-Mobile to watch the fights, and people were smoking weed in the crowd.
Oh, for sure,
bro. I'm not kidding. Like they were like right there. I'm like, man, I'm glad my kids aren't right here. I don't give a shit if you smoke weed. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But I was like, man, glad my kids aren't right here.
Yeah. Well, with all the vapes and stuff anymore, it's so easy. It's so easy to be discreet, you know. And you could be in a public place like that. I've seen people do it all the time. You know,
just smoking.
Everyone shoot over to the
Missouri. Side. I love it though.
You're like, why does it smell like cotton candy?
It doesn't bother me. I love that shit.
No, it doesn't. I mean, whatever. I don't blow the smoke in my face, but
the only bad part about weed is that I live in Kansas.
That's bad. I wish they'd get on the fucking ball and figure it out.
Honestly, it would bring so much money and just
Something
and
that-
education. And
Money for education.
for anything.
They tax the
man.
hell out of that stuff, you know.
Dude, yeah.
And
I
it's
mean,
everywhere. It baffles
Every
me that they have
state.
not done it yet.
Kansas is
I know.
surrounded.
Oh, I know. And it's like they waited so long that they've missed out on a lot of profits. That's why Colorado did so well. It's like they were the first state
Oh, yeah.
to go fully recreation. And then they're like, what do we do with this mountain of money? You know, like
where do they put it? Back into the schools?
schools, roads, and I think at one time they just cut every resident a check. They're like, here's, I don't know, it has $700.
That's
We don't know what to
crazy.
do with it. But yeah, they funneled it into schools, they funneled it into roads, all that kind of stuff that you know is based off taxes. Because when you go in and you buy a pre-roll for $8, it's probably 50 cents, you know,
Yeah.
to make and grow and all that. We'll crank it up to $2, so your profit margin's $6 and that being your taxes or whatever. I don't know. I'm just throwing out arbitrary numbers, but you know what I mean. They can make an insane amount of money,
Oh.
and you and I don't bat an eye. $8, yeah, here you go, whatever, or whatever, how much it is, you know.
Right.
There's a line, but it's pretty hard to hit. Like,
Yeah.
because you have the tiers of different, you know, types and whatnot. But yeah, Kansas dragging its feet. It's kind of disappointing, and I'm sure they'll figure something out. I hope, but in the meantime, Missouri's here.
Yeah.
So, thank God for Joplin.
Oh, that's great. Thank God for the studio being in Joplin, huh?
Right? Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's pretty much a dispensary. I'll have to show you that back door.
Nah. Yeah, man. I just love. I love what I do every
Yeah.
day of my life is just like this. I mean, a lot of it is the same, but it's different. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, a lot of people are like, oh, you should be on Netflix. I'm like, man, this is a boring job. Like, to be on Netflix, like, everything leading up
Yeah.
would be great, right? Like, the
Right.
lead up and going to see guys at their gyms.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
all that shit would be great.
Why don't we
you know?
do something like that?
We could, 100%.
Just do like it doesn't it'd be YouTube, you know, whatever, but like the behind the scenes,
Dude.
because there's that. I actually have no idea what goes into all that. So you actually go to the gyms of these guys and get eyes on them,
A lot of the time.
and when you're looking,
The first 5 shows I really did. The last few shows were really like close together, so I
Yeah.
didn't go. But like, you know,
you're
I
probably
mean,
learning more and more.
I'm learning more.
about
Like
people
we
and-
have a lot of space too between
Yeah.
now and October show,
Yeah.
which is great because people want to be on the lake in the summer, and that's the reason why we didn't. The fighters
Sure.
are like, man,
Yeah.
we need you, but it's like, man, your people are going to be at the lake.
Yeah,
like,
right.
You know, I mean, everyone wants to go to the lake in the summer, so
Yeah.
I want to go to the lake in the summer.
Yeah, no joke.
Rivers, lakes, you know.
Just enjoy the back patio.
Just
or
enjoy
something.
it. So like we waited, so we have plenty
Probably a
of
good
time
move.
before October. We already have our October main event.
Yeah.
I'd like to figure out if I can get one other solid co-main event.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like to get Marshall Kemp on the card. He's doing his thing in FAC, so if he can come over to Synergy for a little bit and get 1 or 2 before he gets to the UFC, because I mean, I don't
I
know.
think he's on his way.
We'll have to see, man.
Yeah.
You know, we'll have to see. He's a young talent.
You wouldn't be surprised if he did, though.
I wouldn't be.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. He's a contender series to get on, to get a contract. I think that he's pretty close. Mikey England's close. Like I said earlier, man, there's just so much. Who's close?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking in my head is who's close right
Right.
now. You know what I mean? There's a lot of guys.
Have you had anybody from Synergy like go through Synergy and get into?
Not through Synergy.
Oh yeah.
But through Blackout and
Yeah.
through the other promotions I've worked for, yes.
Okay.
Julian Marquez, the Cuban Missile Crisis, he made his pro debut for us and then fought a few more fights, I think on Victory or FAC when it was KCFA because it changed names
Okay.
over the years. So, yeah, we've had quite a few, actually.
That's cool.
Dude, like I've matched, I would say at least 25 people that I went to the UFC.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, or even after the UFC.
Yeah.
You know, I
When they
matched
come
Crazy Horse or Felony Charles Bennett. I
Uh-huh.
matched, which is like a hardcore MMA guys. You know, they're like, oh man, we love Felony. You know?
Yeah.
It's probably gonna block me again for me calling him Crazy Horse though.
Oh, he doesn't like that name?
Oh, he
That
hates
name's
it.
freaking awesome.
It is, but he's Felony.
No, that one, that's also
To
very
me, though,
intimidating.
somebody that has had some felonies, I don't want to be called felony at all.
Yeah, the person that does have them doesn't want to be called.
I don't want to be called that by any means.
Right.
Man.
What's your rapper name? Felony. I have none.
Let's see what AI says about what's your
Give me
rapper
my-
name.
You could type in anything. I'm a fight promoter. Chris Gregory. It's little Greg is what your name is.
Little Greg.
It's all little.
There's got to be little. Nah.
Every time.
There's little. No, there's too much little. I'm not little.
Everybody
There's nothing
does.
little about me.
Real one. That's true. That's true. So you got to use something else. Yeah. I mean, I think the fight promotion industry is fascinating because you're going out and you're like finding people to actually go into combat, but you do it on such a level that you're looking for the good matchup, not just, it's not bum fights or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, you want to make some money, get in the ring and get your ass beat. No, it's like, hey,
That'd probably be real easy, but it'd probably be hard for me because I wouldn't know any of those guys.
You wouldn't feel good about it though, right? Yeah, I mean I think that's why the Synergy name, it has such a high value to it, because the fights are so so deeply thought about, and the fighters they're placed first. I know you try to put on a good show, and you put on a fantastic show, but it's really inspiring to see that you care about the fighters even more than a good show.
100%.
You want the crowd to have a good time. You want a good stream. Yes. But
Yes,
as long
I like
as
to
the-
make it a party in there. For
Yeah,
real.
oh, it's fun. It's fun
Yeah, I
working
like
it. It's
I like
fun
the
watching
music.
it.
Like I pick the music. I try
Yeah.
my best to do everything like
Yeah.
that. A little country here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then try to switch
Well,
it
it
back
really
up.
is kind of like a concert to
For sure.
to the audience.
For sure.
There's music going on. There's drinks.
They
It's
have
an
to.
event, and it ebbs and flows. Some fights.
Sometimes we have a dance contest.
Oh, really?
Gerald Harris is
That's awesome.
by far the best cage announcer. Cage. I call him a cage MC because he knows how to work the room.
He was the one at Springfield, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He did really.
The black
well.
dude, right?
Yeah, he did
Yes.
really well. He was
Oh, yeah.
funny. He had his
Oh,
timing
he's a
was
comedian.
really well.
That's what he does.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was great. Yeah, I thought he did fantastic.
Yep, and we got Caleb Rogers, who does our Kansas City shows, who's new to it.
The mental sensei, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
but man, he's picked it up over the shows, right? It's like, hey, just calm down,
Yeah,
dude, he did great last time. So.
Yeah, he's super professional. I
Super
thought he was
professional.
like really clean cut and just
Yeah.
kept it, kept the ball going, kept the energy
He
rolling.
could probably go into one of them big boxing shows and do
Yeah.
great. 'Cause he's like,
Yeah.
ooh, he's got that boxing vibe a little
He does
bit.
have that boxing,
He's
like
got
that clean
boxing
cut
vibe.
boxing.
We had to kind of like be like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
Caleb, bring it down just a
Right.
little bit.
Yeah, right.
Just a little bit.
It's a
But yeah, man,
synergy.
he's solid, man.
Yeah.
I like what we're building. We got Justin Bricker on commentary with Josh Byers, you know what I mean? So we have a solid team of guys, helping us.
And they do every show, the two.
Yeah, I mean,
Commentators.
this next one, Justin Bricker has a wedding he has to go to.
That's important. Is it his wedding?
It's not his
Then
wedding.
skip it. No.
I think he's thought about it, but we don't want to put him in that position.
Yeah. Well,
We'll get somebody.
He'll be good.
We'll get somebody good and solid. for
You
the fans.
stream, the fights. Do you post that somewhere afterwards? Like,
Yeah,
months later?
MMAfutures.live.
Okay. Do you, not on YouTube or anything?
They post theirs on YouTube.
Okay. Because I feel like a lot of
We
that
post
would build
all
up.
like the video you do and the video Brian does, the video Rob does, all on YouTube.
Okay.
So like the 4K stuff and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, we try to put that on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I think it breaks it down anyway, doesn't it? Does it break it down?
Oh,
from
compress it. Yeah, it compresses it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
it's
the
still,
4K is nice.
It's hell
That's
yeah.
nice.
It still it still looks.
I like
good,
the way
but
you can slow it
compression.
down, speed it up. It's beautiful.
That's the frame rate. Yeah. Film
stuff
everything
you-
at 120.
The stuff you did for the boxing was
It
phenomenal.
was fun. It was fun. I'm ready to do MMA. I love boxing I like boxing and striking and all that, but MMA is just way more fascinating to me because I'm a ground guy.
Yeah.
I've just started learning striking with Mossberg, but I'm much better on the ground. So I love to see those guys work.
I feel like most boxing is boring.
It can be.
I feel like we got real fights at our boxing show. Those were fights,
That was
right?
great.
Those were fights.
They were slugfests.
Darren Crouch,
Darren was awesome. Brian was awesome.
and Frankie
And
too,
Frank-
man.
Frankie
Holy
took some.
moly.
Dude, when he took the body shot, I had been training with Brian just earlier that week, and he had given me a similar body shot. That's me. he had given me a similar body shot, nothing that Frankie took, like a fraction of what Frankie took, and I just stepped back and I said,
No thanks.
I'm done. Like I can't even breathe right now.
Yeah.
And whatever he gave Frankie was 100 times worse,
yeah.
and Frankie took it a few times
before,
and then it started to.
But man, I've known that dude since I was in high school, man. Another guy I've known him since I was in high school.
Yeah. It was such a pleasure to meet Frankie because I didn't know.
Such a nice guy.
Looking on his, Facebook, he was a little intimidating.
He was a knucklehead like me.
That's what
he
looked like. He looked like a knucklehead on social media. So
that's how I know him.
When I went to the gym, I was like, oh, is this guy going to be, No, dude, super friendly and open. He's a little suspicious of me. I got this camera at him, but, after a while we calm down and we sit on camera and do the interview, and he's just been he's become kind of a buddy, sends me stuff on social media.
Yeah.
A good dude overall.
Yeah, what I love the most about Frankie and Brian both is if you watch their social media, they're helping these next generation guys come up. And that's huge, you know what I mean? We need guys like that, you know what I mean? We really do. And Frankie, he, like I said, he comes from I don't know about a rough background or nothing like that, but
he's tough.
To see where he's at now is great, man.
Yeah.
Like he's not a huge star or nothing, but man, he comes in there and he puts on a show every time, and helping these young guys is the most important thing.
I was really impressed on, the outcome of the fight, obviously, where Frankie, he didn't get upset. He didn't throw a fit. They took a picture with each other afterwards.
Yeah.
Frankie was like, man, I'm bummed I lost, but
I think a lot of it too is that I feel like we try to build that atmosphere where it's like, man, let's have some respect for each other, even though.
Right.
But I mean, fight games like that anyway.
It is. Well, it's intense.
One of my favorite memories is backstage is actually Zach Cummings and Lamont Stafford after they fought. It was the first time I had really got backstage and seen the stuff that happens at a pro show. Right. You know what I mean? And they was back there chopping it up, having a good time.
Before or after?
After the fight, yeah. And then same thing with Kimbo and Brian Green, man. Watch those guys backstage chopping it up.
I think they get it. Who understands you more than your opponent? Probably nobody.
Nobody.
They have cut the weight. They've put in the training. They have lost sleep. They are the ones that are, they got the injuries that they're training with or whatever.
100%.
And they're the ones that step with you into the ring or the octagon. No one else is getting in there. Everybody else is on the couch, sucking on their wings and drinking their beer.
For sure.
No, it's you and your opponent. And so if you don't have respect and really admiration and love towards them, I think you're missing the point.
Yeah, I think a lot of these guys just, I don't know, they know, they know each other well, these guys fight each other's teams all the time, especially like you got Marathon, then you got basically Ignite in Kansas City, Rudy Bear's up in Kansas City. I mean, so basically those guys are all going at it. You got in Springfield, you got Springfield Fight Club, you got Team Fusion, you got the Infinities, all those guys, man. Right. Sometimes they hate fighting each other because as these guys get more and more fights, they start to all kind of gravitate towards each other to train. You know what I mean?
They get on such a high level that who else can they train with to get better?
And on Friday nights, you kind of see that on Friday nights at Springfield Fight Club, kind of a few of the other guys from the gym, unless they're fighting each other, then they don't go. Sure. But the pros will all kind of train together, and that's great.
Right.
It is great. It sucks for the matchmaking side of it, but it's great for the sport. It's what we want.
Right.
So, yeah.
I think, there's something that people associate with fighting is anger. Like, when do you fight? Besides combat, like synergy and stuff, when do you fight? When someone pisses you off or threatens you. And so, like, the general public associates fighting with, aggression and anger. And yes, you do have to be aggressive when you compete.
For sure.
But there is a difference between a professional, someone that's actually doing it for a living, who's training the technique, going over their weaknesses that are, how do I choke this guy? How do I take him down? He's got a really good left hook. I got to watch for that. All that kind of stuff, all the strategy that goes into it. I don't think the general public, associates that. So they're always like thinking that these two people hate each other. And maybe professional wrestling, the WWE type stuff, also, portrays just hatred between people because they got to have that drama.
They got to have it.
And it's important in MMA and, matchmaking as well. Because I'll tell you, when Brian and Frankie, when we did the video, like that really helped boost that whole narrative.
Dude,
you know,
that video was sweet,
dude, and that was just like super quick. I'm ready to do the next one because I learned a lot. And it's like, dude, when they start saying stuff like that, like let's get it on, I'm like, oh, okay, this is what I'm talking about.
It was perfect. It was perfect.
It was fun to make.
I loved it. Those guys too, man. Oof.
They were good. They were good on camera.
They were good on camera. Mm-hmm. I wondered about Frankie. I was like, man, I wonder if Frankie's going to do well on camera. I knew he was probably going to be nervous.
His answers were like, yeah, I'm ready for the fight. You know, and I was like, okay.
I need a complete sentence here.
I know. And I'd kind of get him to say a little bit more. And about the third question, he was like just rolling. Like he finally kind of found that. But yeah.
That's perfect, man.
Yeah, he did great.
Yeah, this next card is going to be sweet.
Yeah, I love Kansas City's got a good venue.
Oh,
and
no.
It draws in the
Springfield's
crowd.
our next one.
Oh, Springfield's the next one?
So we got
That's
October
right. Kansas City
14th.
was in June.
Synergy FC 8, October 14th at the Shrine Mosque in Springfield, Missouri.
I love the Shrine.
Yep. And then that's Marco versus Tyler Stinson. Huggy Bear, Brian Porritt versus Julius Walker, the Juice Box.
The Juice Box.
It would be his second pro fight, and it'll be Huggy Bear's, I think, 9th professional fight.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
He's a seasoned vet.
Yeah.
Like Julius said in his post, I was 12 when this guy turned pro, so it's definitely.
Oh, wow.
And that's true.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's going to be
a trip.
That's going to be one right there. Ray Hayes versus Abraham Benjamin, like I already talked about. That's a great fight.
Yeah.
Great fight. Joseph Murphy and Muay Thai Mike.
Yeah.
Can you pull up the thing real quick? Can you pull that up for me?
Pull that up, Jamie.
Pull that up, bro.
Is it on this?
Yeah, it's on the fight card. Mike Mazzarigo. I didn't want to mess up his name. That's why I said pull it up.
Mazzarigo. The Afro Samurai.
That's a
box.
solid. And like I said, I want to get Marshall Kemp on.
Yeah. On this card?
Yeah.
Really?
On that one. I want to make it a big one.
Yeah. So that's still a possibility.
That's still a possibility. But, you know, the amateur portion of the card is worth the money. I mean, I feel like our amateur card, if we did that by itself, no one would know if it was an amateur or pro card.
That's a good card.
Like, literally, like, the whole card is rising stars. Like,
yes.
Dalen Loonsfoot, Janos, you know, that's 4-1 versus 5-1.
Nice.
I mean,
I like watching.
Cole Bax, you know, this kid's an undefeated kid. He's 3-0.
Yeah.
He's coming out of Team Fusion versus Jonah Andrews, who's definitely been amateur, you know, had more fights than him.
Yep.
That's going to be a good one. So it's 3 fights versus 8 fights.
Oh,
for the, you know, I mean, that's a tough one.
That's good matchmaking.
Yeah. This one. Now, this one looks a little. You got the welterweight bout, Mason Pillow versus Clark Stith.
7-2.
Yeah. Mason Pillow is 7-1, and Clark Stith is 2-0, and everyone from St. Louis is talking about how Clark Stith is the next big thing, and what do? You put him against the next big thing. You know what I mean? This is going to be a good one. So really, man, like these guys are willing to test themselves. And there's not a lot of amateurs. These guys all want tough fights. Like, you couldn't ask for a better card. I mean, we can go all the way down it, but I mean, literally from top to bottom, it's the rising stars.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You got to have that. I guess it is. You have to take that risk of being defeated, right?
You have to.
So if you do win, then it's an actual win. It actually matters.
Honestly, these amateur guys' records shouldn't mean a thing.
Right. Does it not? Does it not?
In Missouri, you have to have a certain amount of pro win or amateur wins to go pro.
Just wins. Like,
yes.
What if I had 90 losses?
No, you couldn't go pro.
No,
you got to stay.
It has to be a ratio.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. So like if you're 5-4, you could go pro.
Okay.
If you're 6-4, you can go pro, or 5-0, you can go pro.
Okay.
But
because
in Kansas, you can go pro. I mean, it's at the discretion, but there's not like a certain number.
Now, if I go pro in Kansas, could I go pro everywhere?
Yes.
Okay. So, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of a
yeah.
Oh well, I can't go pro in Missouri. I can go to Kansas. I mean,
would they deny you if they saw Chris is coming from California?
If you had like a terrible record, then yes, they will.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't put myself in the situation where I have to ask the state, you know, questions like that. But
right.
On short notice, you got those guys that are willing to fight anyone.
Yeah.
And which promoters do not appreciate at all. I mean, they do appreciate them, but give them a win then.
Yeah.
If they're willing to come and step up on short notice, bounce those guys back. Man.
Right.
I don't know. I felt like I had to get that one off my chest.
I could tell.
Well, it's like, if a guy is constantly taking tough fights, you got to do something for him.
Right.
I mean, you can't just let him do that in your promotion, right? Like, you see a lot of guys going 0-6 in a certain promotion in St. Louis, and
Yeah. Like, how
it's
do you get
disgusting.
there? Yeah.
Right.
How'd you let him fall that far?
Right. And why do you keep doing that to him anyway?
Right,
Why? So you guys can get all these wins, you know what I mean? Not even
boosting
wins.
someone else's
Yeah.
record up.
And the worst part is when they celebrate. It's like you already knew you were going to win that fight.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Like, yeah.
Like,
I overcame the great challenge.
you knew you were going to win.
Right.
No point.
Yeah.
That's it.
Go back.
That easy. You know what I mean? I don't know. There's one thing I want to do as a promoter and make sure I continue to do is if these guys take tough fights for me, try to do something for them.
Sure.
Try your best to do something for them. Sometimes they just continue that, you know, and it's hard to like bounce them back, but you got there's just a lot of guys out there that are willing to go 0-6.
Right.
At what point do you have to say, okay, I got to get myself a win here? You know what I mean?
Well, and ask yourself, what am I doing it for?
Yeah.
Am I trying to get to the top?
Yeah. Or even
this
if
ain't
you're
gonna
trying,
get there.
even if you're just trying to do this for a hobby here and there, right?
Yeah.
If
Do people do that?
There's some pros that are just kind of,
Take a fight here and there?
Yeah, every now and again.
That'd be cool.
But not.
Can I get on a card?
Not much. Not much anymore, right?
Yeah.
Like, not much anymore.
Sure.
Because I want guys from gyms because I want to make sure they show up.
Yeah, and make weight. And,
and all that. You just never know with these independent fighters.
Well, it's funny because you have to invest in this fighter for a long time. First, you got to get them on the card. Then they got to train and not get injured, Then they got to make weight. Then they got to show up. Like, it's a long road before that cage closes. And finally, Chris can sit back and say, finally, let's see what happens.
Oh, man. When I finally do that is probably the fifth fight in.
Really?
Once it starts,
takes you a while to...
Once the show starts moving.
Yeah.
Once the show starts moving.
The lights stay on.
Yeah, like my first few shows, like the one we did at Kansas Crossing, because it's in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I kind of stood in the back and was like, because we sold it out.
Oh, wow.
Twice. So I was like, I just stood in the back and was like, man.
Taking it in.
Yeah, Brian got a good picture of me like taking it all in
awesome.
too. It was super cool. And I was like, man. It was like a proud moment because I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to have a promotion. I used to tell everyone in these chats I'm in, these messenger chats with all your buddies,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to have a promotion by 2003. We did it a few years early. You know what I mean? So it was like, I didn't know if I was. I just really wanted it. You know? Thanks to Zach Cummings, you know what I mean? Like, we've been killing it, bro. We've been killing it. And I think the fighters notice, you know what I mean?
For sure.
And the product we put out, too. I've worked for a lot of promotions and always tried to, like, here's my idea. And they would be like, yeah, fuck that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, kind of,
Shut
what I mean?
down.
And then I was, now that it's mine, I'm like, hey, here it is. This is what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So, like, bringing in the videographers, yes, it does cost money. You know what I'm saying? But you need that type of stuff in order to move forward. You know what I mean? And
no doubt.
some of these promotions don't even have photographers.
Well, I get it. You can sell out a venue. That's great. I don't know how much Kansas Crossing, 1,000, 5,000. I don't know. A lot of people.
700.
Okay, 700. We'll round it up to like 1,000 people coming in and out. And that's 1,000 eyeballs, pairs of eyes watching. You post one thing on one of the social medias, you will get 100 times that,
Easily.
Plus the guys like Loonsfoot and everything, they have their own networks, so they post and that goes out. Like, if you are not getting content, like, you don't exist. You might be putting on fights and you might be getting good fights.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to see them.
What am I going to do from now till October, right? Put out content.
Absolutely.
Because we have it, it's like we have so much content.
Yeah.
I have old fight hard content that when I bought the promotion, I got DVDs like this, and I miss DVDs. I have not done anything with them. Yeah, because it's just been like we've done shows back to back to back to back to back. Yeah, I'm finally getting to where now I have this little bit of time. I'm kind of okay. Let's get the archive together and see what kind of footage we got.
Stuff. Yeah,
me and Zach, we got 12 shows together already.
Oh, wow.
Because before it was Synergy, we kind of worked together on those other shows.
Right.
So it just, yeah,
Did you
man.
pitch the idea to him? Did you come to him and say?
We both wanted to go to Springfield at the same time, and I was like, hey, man, you want to go to Springfield, I want to go to Springfield.
Yeah.
Let's get together and just do something. And we did, but it was under like Fight Hard, right? So it was under the promotion I had bought. But it wasn't under like I bought that promotion, but I wanted my own.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
right.
the Fight Hard MMA was cool. Like, it was a great promotion, but like it was kind of like Tap Out, right? So like like the stigma Tap Out has, it has that,
Right.
Fight Hard MMA. It kind
Right.
of had that same like, graffiti look,
The
and
buckle
stuff.
type feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
No,
does.
it did.
It
It had
does.
tribal on it. I
Yeah.
took the tribal. That's the first thing I did when I bought the company.
Yeah.
Took the tribal off the logo. I
Yeah.
was like, get this
That's
off of here.
done.
That's out of here. And then, but so like I bought it, and then we did this few shows in Springfield and then Kansas Crossing together, and then was like, hey, let's make
this.
our own name.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just do this together. Let's just,
Yeah.
So we just kind of dissolved into one, Synergy.
So it's just been a work in progress.
Oh, for
this
sure.
whole time.
Yeah.
It wasn't a fully formed idea when you guys got together. You wanted something of your own.
I know I wanted something of my own, but
Yeah.
like honestly, I don't think I would have got as far as we are right now without Zach.
Yeah, he brings a lot.
He brings a lot to the table.
For sure. Having
A
the
lot.
gym, the experience.
Having the gym, the experience, just having somebody to bounce these ideas off of.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's just so
The support.
Yeah, 100%.
Like you say, he's like very level-headed as well.
Very level-headed.
You're very passionate, so it's like he's
like
a good yin
I'm
yang.
like the nerd of MMA, and he's
Yeah.
like somebody that could, his manager manages 200 guys that are in the UFC.
Oh wow.
Like, it's so much that they fight each other.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Because they're from different gyms. You know what I
Right.
mean? But
right.
like
that seems like a
so
lot.
it's like he has the connections I might not have. You know what I mean?
Well, and like he's got the name too. So if you're gonna go meet somebody
100%.
from, hey, I work with, it comes Zach Cummings. Oh yeah, we know Zach.
Yeah, he's from here too.
Yeah.
He's from Missouri. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
great. You know what I mean?
He spoke at the Springfield show, which was really cool because he talked about fighting. He's like, I started, here.
Yeah.
I fought in this arena, just like you guys are.
Yeah.
That was it was cool. It's because I think the weekend before is when he had won
Oh yeah.
his fight.
So
and
check this out, right? This is the week.
Uh-huh.
He won his fight, right? So I get
Kansas City.
I get the Airbnb this time. All right, sometimes I'm not good at, but I get the Airbnb this time. We go to the Airbnb, and it's the gym he first trained at, in the bottom under the Airbnb.
Oh,
So
you
it's-
didn't
It was
need
like
to?
in a loft.
You
I
just-
just
That looked like a good Airbnb.
dude, that's where he had started. So he was like, he pulled up and was like, man, this is the old Springfield Fight Club. Like,
whoa.
this is where we used to train in. And I was like, no way. Like, come on,
Yeah.
you're tripping. You could tell he was like, man, this is a crazy week. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
It was a cool week, though.
Yeah.
It was cool for me. You know what I mean? Watching him, you know what I mean? Watching the interview had everyone crying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was awesome to see your friend get, fight Ed Herman for one. That's, you've been watching this guy fight for a long time. Damn, I don't know if you're gonna be able to beat Ed Herman. That's what I said.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dog, that's a gangster. You sure?
Yeah. Right.
You sure? I'm sure.
Yeah.
This is a
He
good-
did.
He
That's awesome.
he knew he was gonna be a tough fight, man.
Yeah.
He knew he was gonna be a tough fight. I didn't think Zach was gonna finish him. I didn't bet on Zach finishing him.
He's too bad.
I'm his friend, so I'm not gonna tell you what I bet, but
Right.
it was like in my head it was decision.
Yeah.
And in my head it was a decision, and man, he finished him. He looked good.
It was awesome.
Looked good doing it, man.
It's
So,
huge.
I was just thinking, damn, is he sure he wants to retire?
Really?
Because he looks so good. you
Yeah.
know? But it's like, you couldn't ask for something better than this. Like
Yeah.
the way he retired and shit, you can't. Like if you retire on like a local show, no biggie, I can come back, right?
Right.
The way he retired in the UFC,
Yeah.
and like the crowd, it was just
Hometown
it was
crowd.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Couldn't ask for nothing better. All his friends there. I mean, everyone was there.
I mean, it's a hard life. I mean, you're always training.
Oh, for
You're
sure.
always getting pounded on by, gloves and rolling and whatnot. And it takes a toll. And cutting weight's not easy. And
no.
I mean, if you make that your
He
job.
fought from 172 to 185 to 205, right?
Oh, that's a huge jumps.
Man.
And he's got a family and everything.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think when you know it's time to wrap it up.
He knows, too, what he can do for this next crop of fighters.
Yeah. And I mean, maybe he achieved what he was looking to achieve, and now I'm going to move on to the next season of my life. I got this gym. I have the experience to help these younger fighters come up, and I can focus on that. I don't have to cut 20 pounds or whatever, but I can still train, and I can still stay in shape.
For sure.
And then see this younger generation. I mean, it's his choice to retire or whatnot.
Oh yeah, that you couldn't. Like I said, you can't ask for anything better.
Right. It's like, when are you gonna do it?
Yeah. Because then if not, what? You know what I mean? You go retire in California, Milwaukee, at the Apex, even. You know, I mean, like not. You know, I mean, that would be rough. You know what I mean? You can't ask for anything better.
Yeah.
It's storytelling right there.
Well, and obviously you guys have synergy too. So it's like, hey, he's probably wanting to work on his gym. He's probably wanting to work on the promotions. He's good.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah, we got synergy, man, and I'm freaking excited for these next few shows.
So you got October and then
November 4th.
Okay, November 4th.
So it's like 2 weeks after October.
You like to put these really close.
And I'm going to drop some news on here just because. Why not?
Why not?
So, two guys that have been, real active in our promotion, Austin Clem, I almost said Alex. Austin Clem and Deron Carlos. We're going to let those two go at it for the Synergy FC Pro Welterweight title.
In November?
Yep. Oh. So we got the Pro Middleweight title in October, and then Austin Clem versus Deron Carlos. We tried to get those together. They both kind of built up. It's time they fight each other. Shit. I'm super pumped for this fight. Super pumped.
Yeah.
Like it's both of them have like clear paths to victory from on both sides.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So like I'm super pumped on. I want to see the outcome.
Yeah.
I want to see the outcome.
Good, like once again, good matchmaking.
Yeah.
It sounds like it took a while to get
like I said,
together.
these guys aren't 10-1 guys or fighting for the title. These are guys that have really put in work in our promotion and put asses in seats all the time. You know what I mean? Constantly doing work for us. Going elsewhere and fighting, you know what I mean? Both of these guys have fought for bigger promotions, you know what I mean? Bellator.
Oh.
So, I mean, it's a
big one.
This is going to be a good one.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting.
Once again, taking care of your fighters, taking care of
man, honestly,
boots on the
they're
ground.
both right there. They're both fight anybody I ask. You know what I mean? They fought at 65, 70. I mean, they literally will do anything I ask them to. It's time. It's a killer main event.
Yeah.
Unless I don't like to call something main event in case I get something so extreme, like Khabib calls or something.
Yeah. I hear you have synergy.
So, man, and if I could get, Marshall Kemp on a card.
Yeah.
And, I'd like to match him. I'll say it straight up. I'd like to match him against Lies Mitchell, who fought on our Synergy FC 4 card and got a win in the main event. Love to see Marshall Kemp versus Lies Mitchell.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Is Marshall up to it? I mean, or is he
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's up to that fight.
Sure.
I haven't.
But he's
really
willing
put
to,
that.
you talk
Oh,
to him.
he'll fight anybody I ask.
okay,
And I think both of them will.
Yeah.
I think both of them will. It's just availability.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the only thing.
I see.
I could brainstorm fights in my head. Are they available?
Oh,
and I do it a lot. Like, I'm like, oh, man, boom, this fight comes up. And I'm like, I start typing to both sides. I'm not one of them not available. It's like, man, I just lost a good fight. But it's just how it is.
Yeah.
Some of these guys, work a real job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So a lot of these guys are just blue collar dudes, man.
Right. Especially at this level.
A lot of them are kids too. That freaking, you know what I mean?
Their mom's gonna take them to the gym.
Straight up. Their mom's gonna give them the ride to the gym, make sure they're fed.
Right.
Probably got a diet plan.
Oh, geez.
Meal prep, everything paid for.
But those are the guys that, if they stay with it, will be the guys that.
For sure.
That turn it up.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
A lot of them too. A lot of people that have come from rough backgrounds. It's just so weird because it's just so diverse. It's a diverse scene, just like jiu-jitsu is. It's like,
oh yeah,
cops, and then you got the weed smokers, and then you got everyone
Like the
coming
people
together.
that work in the pharmacy. And
Yeah.
have real jobs. And then
Yeah,
there's,
real
like,
job. Doctors.
Doctors.
Doctors, and then you just got this random pothead, you know what I mean?
Degenerates like us. Like, what do you do? I make videos. It's like, oh, I save people's lives. Like, oh, okay.
Dude, so speaking of like, what do you do, right? So last night I'm at my kid's football camp.
Yeah.
I'm on the phone talking about a fight or
Oh,
trying to put a fight together. And dude, everyone's just looking at me like I'm so crazy,
Really?
you know. But one coach knows me as he walks by. He's like, "I wouldn't accept nothing less than 10,000." But he knows what I do. But like when I'm talking about it, like, or when I tell people about it, I don't think people believe me half the time. Like that's what coach used to say. He's like, "Man, I used to think you were so full of shit." Till I went to a fight with you. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, because like even when, like I went to Vegas and I've known people, which is crazy, right? Like they've known me, and I was just like, this is fucking nuts. Like I live in Missouri and Kansas. You know what I mean? I live in Kansas. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, man. It's like I think as we get it going, I really would like a UFC fight pass deal for Synergy.
That'd be awesome. And doable too. Like I feel like
so.
that's absolutely.
I think so.
The quality of shows, the quality of
100%.
matchmaking, like it fits right up there with the UFC brand.
I want to be one of the best, if not the best, in Missouri and Kansas. Am I getting there? Yes.
Yeah.
Still got. I mean, we're just getting
It's
started.
good though. Like you're building it correctly.
Yeah, I
You're not
think so.
taking the shortcuts. You know, you're not putting people together that shouldn't be put together.
No.
Even though it might make a great show because so and so is going to kick his head off, and the audience is going to love it, but it's not good. In the long run. And I think as you keep doing that, it'll pay off more and more and more, like exponentially pay off.
Oh yeah. And I think Zach's plans too for it is. So crazy. I don't even want to give it up, but he gave me some crazy things I'll tell you off air later. Like
the vision.
Just broadcasting stuff and just stuff we can do different and make better and try to help with judging. You know what I mean? Like the state of Kansas is doing a judging and referee like seminar during our next show.
Cool. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm supposed to even let people know, but I don't care.
Yeah.
At our next show on November 4th in Kansas. So like a bunch of solid referees are going to come together and do a seminar and stuff.
Right.
So like it's just like anything we can do to help make judging, make the sport as a whole, make it better for the fighters. We're trying to do, bringing these judges in order to, to do a seminar and, be able to, mock scored fights and just do stuff like that is huge for the sport. They get experience, you know what I mean? They're not actually judging. They're just, they're just getting that experience in, and that's huge.
It's so cool because you're creating so much opportunity around the sport. You don't just have to be a fighter. You don't have to be some kid that's been training since he was 16 or whatever. Like you could be a ref. Are you interested in the sport? Like, do you want to judge this? And it's cool because you're providing that opportunity for them to learn, and then they can take that skill wherever,
Yeah, wherever.
But at the same time, I love it that you're building that standard again to where like we have the best refs in the game, or we have the best judges in the game.
I think judging always needs improvement.
Well, yeah, it's subjective.
Just because it just
everybody judges differently,
Sometimes there's just no real criteria. It's like, okay, he got to take down the last minute. Does he win because it was the last minute? Like if you hear like even the commentary, it's like, oh, he got to take down the last 30 seconds. It's like, well
the first 4 minutes, he was getting his ass beat.
Still 4.5. So there's always like improvements that we can make on a promotional side, that they can make on the judging side, the refereeing side. I mean, refereeing would be one of the toughest jobs in the world. Like these guys do not get a lot of credit. Yeah, we bitch at them a lot. Fighters will bitch at these guys. They think they stopped it early. Right. On the amateur scene, I try not to bitch at the ref because first of all, you're an amateur. Yeah. He's trying to save your ass. Right. And usually, most of our refs will just be like, they'll come over to me and be like, "Man, I think I might have stopped it a little early or something, but
you can kind of tell which way it was going.
Right. You can kind of tell sometimes, especially on the amateur scene where these guys are new,
Yeah. I was about to throw a haymaker. You should have done that earlier.
You was knocked out.
Yeah.
Your arm was nearly broken, sir.
Right. You've been on the ground for 10 minutes.
But yeah, anything like, I don't know. I don't even know what we were talking about. I got
just the standard and how it, like I just said, it was cool that the opportunity that you give not only the fighters but everyone else involved. It's fascinating to be on the outside of the fight industry or whatever, and to come in with you and just see all the gears that are moving and all the people, and like, you know, it was cool to watch the state or the cage get built, and it was nothing there, you know, and then suddenly there's this cage, and then people show up, and it's like, wow, okay, this is how this all works.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. That's the toughest part.
The day of,
the day
before, or
whatever.
yeah.
Because I'm like been doing it all the way up until the show, and then it's like, oh, now I got to do some real actual like physical labor.
Right.
Damn, man.
I'd rather make phone calls.
Because I get in there too. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna let them. I don't have it like that. Like,
right.
Oh, you guys just do it, Cage Crew.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Right. I've done my work.
We're getting closer though.
Right.
We're getting.
That'd
closer.
be nice.
We're getting closer.
It'll happen.
It's gonna happen.
I'm gonna go have mimosas while you guys do
straight
this.
up. They'll be pissed.
But you've been working for what, weeks, you know, months sometimes, trying to get things going. So
it's good, man.
I think they're happy to build the cage,
dude. And they're all my people. That's the thing, is like, these people that help us are like mine and Zach's like friends and you know, family. You know, his mom works the front door, my wife works the front door. That's awesome. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. It's like all of our people, which makes the atmosphere in there that much better, because it's like we're all trying to have a good time. Yeah. Especially once the fights kick off, man. Once the fights kick off, I'm like,
wait, once it rolls, once it gets going, it's going. I mean,
but those few months leading up is always stressful.
Oh, for sure.
You know, you don't, especially for me, is where I don't want to lose their opponents or stuff like that. I mean, shit happens. It's you know, you could break a hand today and be out for 6 months. You know, I mean, it's the most unforgiving sport.
Do you have, no shit. Do you have a lot of, not trouble, but do you have a lot of trouble with, do you have a lot of talks about money? Do you go back and forth to negotiate money-wise, or is that not too?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. Usually always on the pro side. Yeah. Always on the pro side, but there's kind of a standard, you know.
Okay, so there's like a,
and it's, you know, the craziest thing about the standard, which, you know, it hasn't gone up for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I try my best to pay, you know. It's also a business, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but I think that I paid probably pretty decent compared to everyone, you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know.
It's good to have the standard.
There's a lot of negotiating involved, but not too much, you know what I mean? Everyone kind of knows, you know. Then you get those guys that are like over, you know, like, hey, I need this, but it's like, hey, you know,
well, you only sell this many tickets, or
correct.
And that's
the thing, is a lot of these guys get a ticket percentage, so they know how to work.
Well, it gives them an incentive, you know.
100%.
You better be posting, you better be telling people about it, because the more tickets I sell, the more money I get paid.
Yep, 100%.
Which helps everybody.
It helps everybody, man. It helps their gyms. I mean, these guys are, as these, like Springfield, it was, you know, we always had good gyms, but like when there's a show there, like people, like when Joplin was really kicking, it's like, I mean, when we were doing shows in Joplin, the gyms were kicking. Yeah, honestly, it was just like, you know, I mean, I think that when there's a local show, I feel like the gyms benefit from that.
The local gyms. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So there's like a buzz in the air, you know, because you train with those guys. Like there'd be and
MMA was stagnant in Springfield, really. You know what I mean? Like there really wasn't any shows. They would have to go travel. Yeah. The Springfield guys always have to go travel. KC wasn't like that, you know, where we do shows, you know, but Springfield's was like,
and they have a lot of good talent.
Dude, a lot of good talent.
So it's just all hometown talent that
there's such good talent all over Missouri and Kansas, bro. From Wichita to St. Louis. That's really what I'm like. Wichita to St. Louis, there's good guys in Tulsa, Arkansas. It's like the 4-state area is a hotbed for talent.
Oh, for sure.
Now. You know, I mean, dude, the amateur 170. I mean, it's stacked. Like these guys could all go pro right now. Like,
shit.
The Dalen Loonsfoot, the Janos, Jacob Hiley. He hasn't fought for us yet, but he's on the list. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Pillow, Mason Pillow. You know, it's another one.
Isn't that who Loonsfoot fought last time?
Yes.
Yeah. That was a great fight.
Yeah, you know, I mean, those guys have fought. You know, they're all in that little circle, so they're all going to fight each other. And man, there's just so many good amateur 170s right now. It's like the best division.
Oh, really?
It's the best division. Like as far as amateurs go, I feel like that's That's the killer division right now. Like
Yeah.
those guys are probably gonna one of those guys are gonna make it.
Oh shit, yeah.
You know, if you got like here I got pick 1 out of 5. I feel like those guys
that would
could
be the one.
Those guys could all make it. I think
Damn.
they're taking tough fights, man.
Yeah.
The Jacob Fry, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Him too, you
Yeah.
know. I didn't mention his name in the 170s there, but he's
Yeah.
right there too. Cash Jones is right there.
Cash. Yeah.
You know, man. This Zach talks highly of Andre Morel. He's fought for us once. You know, he's 2-1 right now, but he's like, man, that dude will fight anybody, and I think he'll hold up against anybody. So it's like those guys, man. I love all those guys that are like, give me a test.
Yeah.
All of them.
Wow.
You don't give me any. Give me a test right now. And those are guys that are all right there. We're 5-0.
Oh yeah.
4-1, 5. They're all ready.
Oh, it's awesome.
They're all ready. So they test themselves before they go pro. Hopefully, it'll help them in the future.
Yeah.
Getting this cage time, man.
It's crazy because it's like if you don't take that, if you don't challenge yourself, like you won't make it. Your record might be amazing.
You could, but you're not gonna do great once you get there.
Well, when you meet the true challenge or whatever that you've been avoiding the whole time,
Yeah.
then you'll find out. But if you stay on that edge and you really push yourself, there shouldn't be a challenge that catches you off guard. You should always be pretty aligned with reality.
Yeah.
Which is good.
So man, this Dalen Moonsfoot, he said, hey man, give me another wrestler. He lost to Cash Jones. He's like, I want another wrestler.
Cash.
Yeah, before he won the title.
Yeah.
And he wants another wrestler. Janos, give me another wrestler.
Yeah.
Golly, man. Like, you can't ask for just a better crop of fighters.
That's the fight mentality. They want to overcome that weakness, They, I lost to a wrestler. Give me another one. Let me try again.
And their coaches, like, love it, you know? Like, I love it. Like, I've been in on the team meetings at Springfield Fight Club, and he's like, hey, Chris is not going to give you an easy fight. So you guys better be in here every night. And I love it. It's like, okay, I love this shit.
Yeah.
I love this shit.
That's why the shows are so good. And that's why you guys keep getting better and growing. It's because of that love.
And we're just getting started, man. Like, we're slowly gaining those sponsors, Vert's Neighborhood Dispensary. Huge supporter of us. And, we support them. We love their events.
Their product.
I'm smoking it and they're paying me for it.
This can't get any better.
Nah, but yeah, man, like stuff like that, man, is like they do great things for the community. People are like dispensary.
Oh yeah.
But man, they're doing great things for the community.
Absolutely. I'll talk about
all these guys.
John Buck.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody kind of shits on the the dispensary and the weed and stuff, but I think he's the one walking around the city cleaning up. Picking
every
up the
day.
Yeah, every day.
Every day I see it on his post.
Yeah,
man. That's great.
Right.
Man, this is great. It's great.
Coming from the drug, the bad drug. I don't know.
I think cleaning up the city is huge, man.
Yeah,
it's great. He does it every day. They're on the little scooters.
All the scooters are over there.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah,
I mean,
cool little spot here.
If you're not, it is cool. I mean, if you're not on board with the weed and everything, that's fine. But you can't knock like it doesn't make you the bad person.
No,
there's so much good happening from it.
100%.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just happy the Missouri made it recreational. They go all the way to Colorado, which I never did.
That's a little ways, man.
Right, yeah. Climb a mountain or two and hang out.
That's funny.
So, what happened on that crazy week? Did you punch a cop, or how did you get 10 years of probation?
Well, so what happened was. What had happened was, I was.
Tell me your side of the story.
I was at a beer drinking festival, like a Erna Fest, in Aurora, Missouri.
Okay.
And
sounds like a good time.
Basically, when I got out to the car, there was a dude standing on the hood of my friend's car, not even my car, peeing.
Oh no!
I was like, man, can you get off this dude's? I didn't say it like, can you please get off the hood?
Excuse me.
Yeah, I was like, hey, get the fuck off the hood.
Yeah.
He got off the hood. And we started fighting, and then the next thing you know, I was getting jumped. All my friends were there.
Oh.
So I'm getting jumped. Nobody's helping me. I get up, and I start to be able to actually fight because I finally got up from getting kicked and hit. I got up, and I started trying to hit people and stuff, and then I ran. And I was looking through the back of people's trucks because I've seen people running after me. So I'm like, what can I grab? I grabbed a boat paddle, and I hit them with the boat paddle. I hit one of them, and then I hit the second one in the leg with the boat paddle. But the first one I hit in the face with that, and it messed him up pretty good.
Oh, shit.
And then, so like a week later, I'm at another beer drinking festival, and this
You
guy
got so
from
much fun at the first one.
Yeah, no doubt. Dumb. And this dude was just being a dickhead, bullied me in high school, and I was like, man, let me get this one back. And he hit me with a beer bottle, and it didn't bust. Oh man, it did. Boy, did it hurt.
Oh, I
And
bet.
I took it out of his hand and hit him with it, and it broke. And when it broke, it cut him. So that's why I got charges, is because both times it was like, yes, it was self-defense, but on the first one, I left the scene and then kind of came back when I got the boat paddle.
So they didn't know about the boat paddle, allegedly.
No, they knew about the boat.
Oh, they knew about the boat.
Yeah.
They just added that on.
Yeah, I just left. Like, I left the scene and
Yeah.
everything. I didn't get arrested right then. Somebody told on me.
Oh,
basically.
later on, they're
Yeah.
like, "That's the boat paddle guy."
They said they told them my name and everything. They knew who I
Oh my
was.
god.
So, like, 2 weeks later, detectives came looking for me, and I mean, I admitted it because in my opinion, it was self-defense both times. But when you got like 2 charges going on in a week, it's kind of hard to plead your case. And I'm not saying I was innocent, because I was being a knucklehead myself, obviously, you know. But it was self-defense.
Sure.
It didn't play out like that.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Getting cut like that. That makes it tough.
Oh yeah,
you know, the beer bottle stuff.
And when you leave the scene and you don't have no like evidence of it, because it was like 2 weeks later, so I didn't have like, I mean, I didn't get beat up that bad, but I don't know.
It is what it is.
Is what it is. I'm just glad that I've changed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, moving to Pittsburgh, Kansas, was the best thing that ever happened to me. I don't know why.
Not many people say that.
Well,
which is cool.
Just getting out of that area and, you know, not putting yourself back in a situation is huge. You know, I don't know if I knew Andrew. I think I knew Andrew before I moved here. So like right when I got here, I kind of started messing with that. Yeah, I started doing jujitsu and stuff, and like I kind of did it before, but like not really. So then we were in the garage. We had the band when we had the band.
I've seen pictures.
And that's where and man, like I said, and I'll say this to the like, that changed my life. My wife changed my life, but then getting that brotherhood with those guys was 100%. Like, you know what I mean? And yeah, man, you know. Dude,
I preach it all the time. I beg people to come. Like, please, you can ride with me. You can wear my gi, like all this stuff. And I thought, I've talked to a lot of people that bring up anxiety. Like, oh, I'm dealing with a lot of anxiety lately. Like the whole gym is full of people dealing with shit
all the time.
But we show up and we deal with it together. I mean, I've even heard Andrew talk about, you know, dealing with anxiety, specifically in jiu-jitsu, like in certain positions where it's like, dude, there's no better place to be. And it seems really weird, and it almost seems comical. Come to this place with all your mental health crap and let me choke you out.
I know, it's weird.
But it works. I don't know, it's the struggle. I mean, you've seen the movie.
Sometimes getting into the gym is the hardest part.
Absolutely.
Mentally.
Yeah.
Not getting, it's just I don't know, you know, sometimes it's a mental thing, you know.
I think it's every time.
For me, like the last few days I've had to do, which is fine. I don't mind doing it. Obviously, I'm a father.
Yeah.
I've been doing, you know, football camps with my kids and stuff. Love doing it.
Sure.
Love to be there. You know, I didn't have people there, you know. Yeah. So to be there is amazing. So like to be there and do that stuff, but man, I am missing the gym. Like I didn't get to go on Monday, Tuesday. Yeah. Now it's Wednesday. Right. So it's like we got a parent meeting tonight. So it's like one more night. I'm like, man, itching to get back. And I hate like going in on only like open mat days, right? Because it's like, oh well, I don't feel like I really got anything other than just some rolls. Like that's what we used to do all the time.
Just show
roll,
up and open.
Beat each other up.
Right. It was kind of nice to take a technique or two to open mat, you know.
Dude,
that you tried it.
Dude, technique. That's why I love going to the kids class.
Oh yeah.
Then you're like, oh okay, dude. Just watching sometimes, it's like, oh, you know.
Because
Coach lets me help every now and again. I don't know why, but lets me help every now and again because my kids are there too. Oh, you know? So
because it's so fundamental, like the techniques and stuff that they do.
Fundamentals and they.
Can I go to the kids class?
Coach kind of has to slow it down a little bit sometimes, you know. Some of those kids, though, I'm like, damn, man, how they pick up on that so fast?
I know.
Little girls, man, they pick up on it so quick.
I know.
Technique.
Yeah.
Little boys are just like,
there's so much energy.
Yeah.
I know.
It's cool, man.
I admire that. I wish I could pick up on the technique that fast. Wish I could put it together, you know.
Like, how was your rolls? I got beat up.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we had team training.
Yeah.
I was like, that's perfect.
Did you get any taps? No.
Nah.
Did you have a good time? Yes.
Yeah, dude, it was
Pretty
fun,
much.
man. It
was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I had pneumonia, bro.
You did?
I had pneumonia there when I got home.
Uh-huh.
I went because I was like, oh, man, here we go. I got COVID. Went to team training, got COVID. It was pneumonia, and it put me out for a minute. Like,
Dude.
it's still tough to breathe. Like,
wow.
It is still tough to breathe. I would almost say it was COVID, and I just didn't test pot or whatever.
Well, what's his
I don't
name?
even
Had
know.
COVID.
Oh, well.
The Mount Vernon cat. I can't remember. Think of his name right
Oh,
now.
well, that makes sense, huh?
The one that roomed with Andrew had
Either way.
COVID.
I'm not saying COVID's nothing. We're not getting into that YouTube, okay? So don't take us off.
Yeah, right. No joke. I have to delete that word. Not anything else.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude. Everyone should train something. I would recommend
Dude.
jiu-jitsu. I got a buddy that teaches taekwondo. It's just like he likes to train jiu-jitsu, but taekwondo is his thing. He's got two Japanese sons, half Japanese, that train with him, and it's like taekwondo is your thing. That's awesome. And I've trained with him. He's a great coach, but it works perfectly for him. So I mean, as long as you find that thing that works for you, dude, go do it. If you don't have that thing, you should come try jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Because it is awesome, and it might be your thing.
My thing is just matchmaking and jiu-jitsu and just being the best family man I could be, bro.
And that's
what that's like literally, I just want to be comfortable.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's
in
the
life,
American dream.
Dude, just
truly
comfortable.
is.
I don't like to fucking need to be rich.
Right.
And if I do, then I'm going to make sure that other people are taken care of too, man. Like, dude, that is like, I don't know. That's the one thing I want to do. Like,
yes.
I'm not rich now.
Yeah.
But if I get there,
sure,
I'm going to make sure other people are taken care of too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's because you're good people, as you used to say.
I try.
Yeah.
I try to be. It's important, man. It's just be like 1% better every day. I know that's like a little cliche thing, but it's like
the truth.
It's so true.
It's the truth.
It's so true. Nobody wants to be a piece of shit.
I don't think so.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like some people are, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
a lot of times they're not aware of it. You know,
a lot of people
they're just kind of in the
unaware
groove.
of
They're
it.
just in their behavior, their loop, and it takes something to be like, "You're gonna be a dad."
Yeah.
Whoa. I'm a piece of shit. I got to pull this together, or whatever. You know, your heart gives out, and they bring you back. Hey, you're overweight, and you got to get.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get it. It's sad that it gets to that
Thanks,
point.
Colton. I appreciate it, dog.
No, not you. Did you have
You
heart
fucking
problems?
go get the AED out the gym or what, bro?
No, come to our gym. We have AED in the corner.
We do.
Just in case.
Just in case, man. There's a lot of old people up in there.
Well,
man.
Andrew doesn't like to turn the fucking heat, the AC on, so it was so funny. I was going to tell you.
Feels good up in there.
We
Woo.
went to open roll at Gracie. It was me, Ross, and Andrew from Arise, and we get there, and Ross is like, "Wow, really nice facilities," because they have little changing rooms.
Oh,
And
yeah,
they
that's
have like
good,
a
yeah.
locker. And then Dave was talking to us. He's like, "Yeah, if you guys are going back to Pittsburgh, we have a shower if you want to shower up before you go back." And we were like, "We don't even have AC at our gym."
There's AC.
I know, but
He just don't turn it on.
He's like,
for
"I
us.
keep it at 86."
Yeah, we're good at 86, boys.
Dude, it's like,
You guys aren't gonna die. You'll be all right. Drink water.
bro, there's been a couple times where I had to shed the gi and I
Yeah.
was offline for a second.
Yeah, I mean it gets warm in there. Nothing too
I'm used to it
insane.
now.
We need it. I'm a big guy. I need it for
Yeah.
sure. So it doesn't bother me none.
It's
The
uncomfortable.
AC's always on when the kids' class is in. So you
Really?
know, it's like that's why I think it feels halfway decent when y'all get in there at
When we
first.
first start.
Because it's like kids' classes just ended, so AC was on, and then he goes over there and turns that sucker
Well, as
off.
soon as we start moving too,
Dude,
and then
it's-
when we roll,
yeah.
it's thick.
I'm
We're
loving
really selling this gym. You guys
Hey,
should come hang out.
I talk about the growth of Synergy, but the growth of
Yeah.
Arise is great too. A small town,
Yeah.
man. Like
Started out in a basement.
Andrew used to train in a basement, in a garage, wherever we could train, man. He, and to get where he is awesome. You
Yeah.
know, man, it's super cool.
Yeah.
I think he's still building. You know what I mean? There's still a lot
for
of
sure.
growth.
Yeah.
And
He's got a vision for the gym
Yeah.
and one thing I love about him is he got a vision for the people of the gym too.
Oh, for sure.
You know, it's kind of like how you do with matchmaking and
100%.
whatnot. Like he truly cares. There's been times, I've just been frustrated with jiu-jitsu and he can tell, and he'll just say something quirky off the wall.
Colton, don't be a piece of shit.
Something like that kind of breaks me where I'm like, okay. And then he goes in like,
Yep.
but you need to do this. You need to watch out for this. Or if you do more of this or less of that. And like, I don't know, it's like a jab that that's funny, but like also a tease, and then it
Right.
builds me back up, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, I can do that.
I felt jiu-jitsu kind of getting stagnant for me for a
Sure.
moment. So then I'm like in the mornings at like 10 o'clock every morning.
Yeah.
Like I've been going for like walks just to try to clear my mind.
yeah.
It's hot as fuck outside. So it's
Yeah.
like, woo, it's a little extra sweat. You know what I
Sure.
mean? But it's like, it's been very refreshing. Me and
Yes.
Little Tank go for a little
good.
walk with my son. So.
Dude, walks are so important. Nobody
Dude,
does
it's
them
cool.
anymore. You know?
I need to do it a lot more. It's cool.
No phone.
Yeah.
Just walk. Just clear your head.
See ya.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10 o'clock every morning. Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah. People need it. You just walk around town.
I just walk around like by the college and shit. Because
Okay,
I live
yeah.
right by the college.
Okay.
So sometimes we'll go to the track. Sometimes it's like so busy.
Yeah.
Tank likes to run.
I'm sure he
I
likes the long
I like
distance.
to run away from people. I'm not trying to run in a group of people. So
Oh,
like,
hell no.
I like to like be on my own. They're like, look at this fat guy running.
Where's Chris at?
I'm always the guy that when you drive by somebody and they're running, I'm like, beep beep, you're doing a great job. You know
Hey,
what I'm
you
saying?
can't park there.
Yeah. I always say like something like
Oh,
motivational.
encouraging.
Yeah, but stupid as fuck. Right.
Right.
Like stupid as can be.
You're doing great.
You're doing a great job. Keep kicking ass. You know what I mean?
Thanks, man.
Ladies like flipping you off as you go
He
by.
probably thinks you're catcalling her. You're like, no, I'm trying to give you words of encouragement.
Oh shit, that's funny.
Yeah, no, walks are important. They're good. They're hot right now, but
It's warm. It is
Mm-hmm.
warm outside, man. It's been a hot summer.
that's what. Yeah, it has. That's why I like. Well, I'm not saying I wouldn't like some AC, but I like that. Just it's like a hidden challenge. You know, you just kind of accept the heat at a rise,
The good thing is,
and when
though,
you get out, it's like whoa, and it makes you tougher for
the
sure.
good thing is though is that when you're in a fucking tournament, there's always AC.
Oh, yeah.
So
Right.
it's like, I'm good.
Right.
Maybe when there's not, then we'll be like, oh, okay, maybe that's why.
Everyone else is burning out.
Maybe that's why Coach did it.
Yeah.
Everyone else is
Or he
burning out.
wants-
We're like, we're used to this.
Or he's like, I don't want a high AC bill.
I'm pretty sure though, every gym in the summertime,
It's
man,
hard. How do you?
I think every gym. No, honestly, I think they don't turn them on purpose. They're just trying to get us extra work out of us.
That's what I mean. It's such an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
Just throw it in there. Like you're gonna get hot anyway.
Yeah.
Make it hotter.
Make it
I
hotter.
don't know, whatever. Now I do wish all the fans worked. If the fans could just keep that.
They do. He
hot
just
air
doesn't plug 'em
moving.
in. See,
no,
this
there's
little
Blue
stuff
and I
you
were
don't
talking
know.
about that.
I'm just kidding.
Because they're plugged in, but the circuit's busted or something.
Man, we better stop talking about coaches' mechanical issues online.
Yeah, he's gonna like bring it up during class.
It's like, bro, you ain't even paid me this month yet.
By the way, I paid yesterday. I paid for 2 months.
I haven't for sure.
You know, you want that AC? It's going to cost you $150 a month.
You better get a credit card swiper in there. If he thinks he's gonna
Oh
do
my
it.
gosh! The other day I go.
Hey, can we take a break real quick? I gotta
Yeah.
piss.
Oh
so
yeah, it's
bad.
back there. Yeah.
Can we break right now?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I'll just edit
I
it
was about
out.
to piss myself.
Oh, don't do that. Not on camera.
Now we got to talk about what the hell we're gonna do with combat sports in Southwest Missouri.
So what the hell are we going to do about combat sports in Southwest Missouri?
Jiu-jitsu is coming.
I know, right? Synergy Jiu-Jitsu.
Maybe. Are we on camera now?
Yeah.
Oh, we're
I can edit
recording?
all this stuff. I can.
All right, cool.
I don't want to, but I'm gonna edit all that stuff out up to the point where I said
Oh,
the
okay. All
thing. Yeah.
right, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what the hell do we do about combat sports in Southwest Missouri?
Man, I'd like to do other things other than just MMA. You know, we did the pro boxing, pro Muay Thai, kickboxing card. I would like to continue doing that. We'll probably do a few of those shows a year, but I would really, because it's our love, you know, I'd really like to do a smaller jiu-jitsu tournament.
That'd be cool.
And the reason is because there used to be a lot of smaller tournaments, you know what I mean, in the area, and now there's just the bigger ones.
Yeah.
So I'd like to bring it back. I'd like to do a jiu-jitsu event. I don't know what, that looks like yet. I could also partner with somebody to do that, you know. But yeah, man, there's a lot of stuff I'm really looking forward to doing.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
There's a lot more people that do jiu-jitsu than do MMA.
For sure. I feel like we have the gyms,
Yeah.
and obviously we have the connections to do it. So Yeah, man. Like a quintet, like they do on UFC Fight Pass.
Mm-hmm.
I like that idea. They have like 5 people as like teams.
Oh yeah, that is
It's
cool.
super cool. Yeah, it's super cool. So I don't know exactly what
That's
we would
where
do,
you got the 2 teams, 5-5. Then the first guy goes out. Say Team B taps, Team A stays,
Yep.
and then the next guy comes in.
Yep.
Yeah, those are super cool.
Yeah, those are super cool.
Because you kind of mix and match. Because the ones I saw,
Because it's like you have a certain amount of weight for the whole team.
Oh, that's it, yeah.
So it's like super cool.
I thought it was weight, but the one that I watched, I think they had a certain amount of belt level too.
Oh.
Like you couldn't just load it all with black belts.
Oh, I like that.
You had to have I don't know, a black belt was
Just go
worth
white
5.
through. Ooh, that.
I don't know.
Beautiful.
Yeah, you have a white through purple or whatever,
Yeah.
and then have 2 black belts or something. I don't know. They
Ooh.
just they had it mixed up really nicely to where
Right.
it wasn't just a solid black belt back and forth, and just like the weight, like you had a maximum. You could have 2 black belts, but then you have to have 3 white belts because you have so
Yeah.
much up on the front end, or you could do a blue, purple, brown, and a black, or so I don't know. Whatever.
Right.
I thought that was kind of cool
Because
because then you get other people lower ranking.
you get the
folks.
teams too. You
And the
get a
teams.
team. You represent your team actually without like points, or
Yes.
you're actually representing your team
Right.
and going in there and doing it. That would be cool.
And then you also have to decide who goes out. So say, you send your blue belt out
Yeah.
first and he wins against a purple. Well, they could just send out a black belt to kind of wipe you off. But
Yeah.
then, maybe the blue belt lasts a
Yeah.
little bit longer and tires this guy out. I don't know. Black belts are pretty scary, but there's not much you can do as
Maybe
a
you could tire them out. Probably not.
Yeah, right. Just hold them really tight. That's about the best you can do. But yeah, I think that'd be great. And I wish there was more local tournaments. I did a tournament in Kansas City. It was really good. That was through Grappling Industries. I had a good time. Fuji does, local stuff.
Obviously, yeah.
But it'd be cool to have something here in Joplin or, in Springfield.
See, Fuji was bought out, huh?
Yeah, I saw.
It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
cool. I mean,
But you see what he's working on now, JW?
yeah, it's awesome.
The
He's right
payment-
on to the next thing. He's like,
Right.
okay, that's done. Let's go on to the next thing, which is awesome. He's like very innovative in jiu-jitsu. You know what
Yes.
I mean? Like, that's super cool, right? Like
when
that.
they said, I don't remember who said, I think Dave maybe told me that JW sold his Fuji stuff. And then my first thought was, he's got something else.
Yeah.
He's just not like going to sit back. And,
But he's always running around doing seminars and everything. So yeah, man, this dude keeps busy, man.
yeah. I like it because he's
I love
pushing it.
I love
too.
his seminars too.
Oh, he's
did
a
some real cool stuff.
fantastic speaker. He's been on the podcast too.
I went to him in Palos.
Okay.
Palos.
Yeah.
Brandon Dow. I like this. I don't know. I don't want
Sounds
to get
right.
it wrong. and
Sounds
get beat
right.
up, but yeah, it was a really good.
Yeah. He's he has
seminar.
Great, way with words and like articulating what
Yes.
needs to be articulated. Not just technique, not just like this is what you do, but like why you do it and if you do it this way and not this way, and he's very good at that.
Yeah.
He can and he can harbor those questions too. People ask really hard questions.
Yeah.
Takes a second, mulls it over, and just says like the most brilliant answer. He really is like a sensei.
Yeah.
It'd be great. I wish he was closer than St. Louis because I'd love to train at his gym
Right.
every once in a while. But St. Louis ain't that far.
Right.
Might
And
as
I
well
mean,
just-
they have a gym right here, right down the road too.
Yes, sir.
With Dave's gym. So yeah, that's cool.
which is where I was. That's where I started. was
Yeah,
with
Dave. I love
Gracie.
them guys. So,
Oh, me too.
yeah, Rios and all those guys.
Rios, yes.
He owes me a tattoo, by the way.
Oh,
You owe me a tattoo, bro.
I'll clip that out. Send it to him.
Yeah, do it. He
I'll
does.
give you one.
At the last fights, we was at the after party, and I just gave him cash and was like, "You owe me," because we've always kind of he
That was your
did my
deposit?
tattoos already. So like, yeah, I was like, "Hey man, look, here's the money for the tattoo." So now you owe me a tattoo
That's
instead of
funny.
like you waiting for me to come get one. Now
Right.
I'm good.
That's the way to do it. That's how you get on the schedule.
Sometimes you don't know what you want either.
Yeah.
I know I need Wyatt's name because I have all my other kids except for Wyatt.
Oh, you have 3?
And he's 6, so I need to get his name
Yeah,
on me
yeah.
quick, But I got some covering up I'd like to do.
Yeah.
young
That
young
takes-
goofy tattoos.
What you got? What do you want to cover up?
Probably this.
What's it say?
It says "Get money with a clown." You remember those little homies? You remember you put 50 cents in? Sometimes you got the
That's one
the homie
from-
the clowns. That's one of them. That's Miser.
Oh, okay.
I see what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is what happens when a friend has a tattoo gun and you're like,
no shit.
yeah, bro, get me.
It's free.
Get
It's
me,
free.
bro. And then this K, I'd like to get that covered up.
Is that from a woman?
Nah, it's no woman or nothing, but just get that covered up. Other than that, like, it's my dad's initials. I love that tattoo.
Yeah, that's kind of
My last
that's
name.
iconic.
I got a smiley face and crossbones on my leg, and
Okay.
then skulls on the other one.
Okay.
But Jason Rios needs to, yeah.
Has he done any of your stuff now?
Yeah, he did the names.
Oh, the names. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I like that. It's nice line work, nice
Yeah,
detail.
he's good. He's good.
Are you down with like the sleeves? You know, like Andrew's got the Marvel sleeve. You down with like that kind of detail? And that
I mean,
kinda
yeah,
like,
yeah.
You'd look good in them.
I like sleeves. I don't have a job that it really matters. I could probably get a face tattoo if I wanted to, but I don't want to look like a goofball.
Dude, sleeves are one thing. Face tattoos are a whole nother.
I'm
thing.
scared.
I wouldn't. I mean, when it's your face.
The back
but-
of my ankle hurt like a.
Oh, for the pain.
Oh yeah.
I just think you're just smart. I mean, you for never.
You're ever marked. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
dude.
putting a woman's name on you, right?
Yeah, that's
My wife straight up said, "Don't do it."
yeah.
I feel
You
like
just
it's a
never know.
curse or something.
Yeah, you just never know.
We've been together since high school, so we're good.
Yeah.
But like, she's like, "What happens if it did?
Yeah.
You know, like,
It's like
shut
it ain't
up.
going to happen.
She's
And if it did-
She's weird though. She like if you split the pole, you know. She's like she thinks it's bad luck if you split the pole.
What? Split the pole.
Yeah, like if you walk on one side of the pole, and she
Oh,
walks
yeah,
on the
yeah.
other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think my wife would not want me to break the hand. You know, if you're holding hands, don't
I
break
know,
for the
it's
pole.
weird, huh?
They know something.
They know
We should
something.
we should listen
don't.
to them.
Yeah, don't
They're
split
like,
the
don't
pole.
do that. Okay, I won't do that, baby. I won't do that. No, you'd look good in
Oh,
sleeves.
shit.
My wife, she doesn't have any tattoos, and I got the side piece here, and then like just little stuff, California on the back of my arm. But
That's where you're from too.
I lived out there for a couple years.
You
I'm
lived
originally
out-
from
not
here.
So
Yeah.
you're like, but I really loved it there.
Oh, I loved it. I went to SoCal. I went to.
What'd you love about it?
There was just something. There was just an energy that
Where were you at?
in Huntington Beach. Huntington
Oh,
Beach at
that's
first,
cool.
which was like,
The pier's so cool.
dude, I didn't know what I had because I wanted to go to LA because I wanted to get into Hollywood.
Yeah.
And so, but I started in Huntington Beach, just being like, I got to get up to LA, and I'd drive up to LA every day and do shit in the film business. But then after I got a little bit older, I was like, I don't ever want to leave Huntington Beach. Like this is the quintessential Southern California. Everything is here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The beach is there. The fucking it
It's
just
so cool. Yeah,
dude,
it's
and the
cool.
vibe is so much different from LA to.
It's so
down-
weird
Yeah.
because I'm from California, but I feel that same thing in Florida.
Oh really?
I mean, when I go back to California, I
Yeah.
don't know. I feel like it just has bad juju for me. I
It could
guess.
be for sure.
You know, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know what it
You got
is.
history there.
I love my family there. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
like it does. It has a weird. I don't know.
Mm.
But Florida, man, the water there is so
Mhm.
crazy. But I
Mhm.
love Huntington Beach, man. I feel that vibe for it.
too.
I feel that it's such a peaceful, and it's like a fast paced but slow paced. It does have the little slow paced
Yeah.
there. A lot of California is fast paced.
Yeah.
I don't know how they are all fast paced because when you're on the highway, you're only going 2 miles per hour
Yeah,
in the traffic. But
Shit. No, there is something about that. The Huntington Beach specifically kind of has that surfer vibe, obviously. 'cause
Yeah, it
the
does.
Duke is there and everything. But in the sense of like the whole community is like laid back.
yeah, chill, bro.
They are. They're really chill. Everyone's got
They're
a
chill.
surfboard on their car. Everyone's got a wetsuit in the back seat.
Yeah.
And you know, they're trying to get to the beach either early in the morning or late in the evening to go
Yeah.
out and surf. And that's where I there was a buddy of mine. He had 5 brothers, including him. They're all blonde hair, blue eye kids that were lifeguards, an entire lifeguard. So they all worked at the beach.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so we were always down at the beach because they had, like when the U.S. Open would come to town, and they'd build up skate parks. There's a paintball tournament, and then obviously the actual surfing and stuff. Yeah, I love that place. Just something about it. Every time I would go, and I haven't been there since 2016.
Ooh.
But every time
I ain't
I'd
been
go,
there in a minute either.
yeah, I know it's changed with COVID and everything, but like every time I would go there, it'd just be like my bandwidth would go up. Like I just absorb more energy. Like I could catch that fast pace. Like I could handle it, and then coming here, you know, I settle back into like moving a little bit slower and not. But I don't know. I haven't been out there for a while. So
You like the slower pace too, or what?
I like the slow. I appreciate it now. Back in the day when I was younger, I wanted more. And so that's LA really filled that gap. And then as I've gotten, older, it's like, okay, the slow pace actually can be fast pace if I do it correctly.
For me, the slow pace is cool because I have kids, right?
Yeah.
Once my kids, I'm not saying like once they turn 18, I'm gone or nothing like that. But like once they're comfortable, I'm to Florida.
Yeah.
And I could do the same matchmaking stuff I can anywhere. You know what I mean? And just come back or whatever.
Right. Well, by that time, Synergy will be a lot bigger.
Yeah, let's go.
A lot more.
Hopefully doing
It'll probably be down in Florida.
Sorry, Dean Toole, but I'd like to come to Florida. He does great stuff with Jorge Masvidal in Florida.
Oh,
that's one of the, like there's very few promotions I'm like, oh man, or like
that you want to or admire, I guess.
Yeah, but his work ethic is insane. Like, dude, that dude's work ethic is insane. The Jeremy Luchow's on the West Coast, right? So like, I'm like, so it's Dean Toole's in Florida, Jeremy's on the West Coast for 559 fights. Like, I'm watching all these guys, right? So it's like, I'm just trying to do kind of what they're doing there, here. Right. I don't want to. I mean, like this is where I want to be. Yeah. And then once we build up, then we'll start moving a little bit, or see,
For sure. So you start to expand, to wherever it needs to be filled. Yeah.
Wherever.
There's something
Colorado,
definitely
Oklahoma.
About.
God, there's just so
Arkansas,
many cool places.
Texas, Louisiana.
Ooh, I almost knocked over your camera.
That's all right. The people, at least in the past, have overlooked the Midwest. Just the flyover states or whatnot. But anymore, with really good internet, everybody's got good internet anymore. Yeah. All the technology, like all this stuff is not based, in California or Texas. It's everywhere. Right. You can upload anything anywhere. You can be anyone from any position. So suddenly, this strip of Midwest that's cheap to live at has a lot of opportunity, has a lot of areas that need to be filled. Like there are not a lot of fight promoters around here. No. Boom, you step up. There's not a lot of videographers doing this kind of documentary type. Like, boom, I step up, and it's kind of nice because my whole life I've wanted to be in those places on the coast, and then suddenly it's like I find myself in the most fertile ground. Right. At the time, for right now, it's like this is it.
This is where you are.
This is in 10 years. This could be something
for sure
if people like you and I.
Kansas City is slowly becoming like where, movies are starting to be filmed and shit like that. So it's
they just hosted the NFL draft, which was huge.
Yeah, which is, thank you, Chiefs.
Yeah.
Finally, right?
Chiefs are doing good.
I don't know if that's your team. Who's your team?
Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, man.
That's not...
What happened?
What do you mean? With the Ravens?
Why are you a Ravens fan?
My uncle started working for him, back in 2000. So the first
family.
year,
See, that's
the first year he started working for him, they won the Super Bowl. So I was like, okay.
Half of my family is Raiders, half of my family are Chiefs fans.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
It's crazy.
That makes sense.
It's cool.
And you're in the same division too.
Yeah, and I like them both too. I'm more of a Chief. I'm obviously like a Chiefs.
Yeah.
But like I was like I love the AFC West. Like that's how I was because I lived in San Diego a little bit. So I'm like I like the Chargers. Yeah. So but it's like so weird. I lived in Kansas City, so it's like
you got little allegiance to all of them.
I lived in the ghetto in Kansas City.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
Like. When did you live
It's not even considered the ghetto anymore. It's like nice now where I was at. Really?
You ever like
Kansas City, Kansas is rough, but
hear about how that happens? Like it's the ghetto, for a long time. There's like boards up on the windows, and then what attracts artists and whatnot to come into the communities because everything's kind of cheap, and so then they buy an old building and they redo it, and then like over time they make it super nice and hip and everything, and then the rich people are like, "Fuck, I'll come in and
live there now."
And then they kick out the artist or whatever, and it's just like a cycle. It continues on.
No, what a crazy world we live in.
It is wild.
So, I don't know. I feel like my world is chill.
I
feel like my world is so chill. Like, I mean, seriously, like, I don't party. Mm-hmm. Like the most I drink is when we have shows and we like go out and have a few drinks.
That's more celebratory though. Yeah. That's more of like,
me and my wife might have a few, but we don't, not a big part. I don't know.
Well, I
feel like life's a party all the time.
That's a good, where it
seriously
leads.
Yeah.
And you don't need to traverse that road.
I party without doing shit.
Yeah.
Like I like to have a good time amongst people, right?
Yeah. You definitely
Having-
have
you know,
high
we had-
energy.
We had UFC the other night, and a few
Yeah.
people came over. It was super cool, you
Yeah.
know. Should have came over, by the way.
You didn't. I didn't even know.
That's Andrew's fault.
Well,
He was supposed to invite.
I sat at home by myself. I was watching by myself.
You watched?
Yeah, I didn't even watch.
What?
I know. I was so excited,
You
but
didn't see any highlights or nothing?
I saw Dustin Poirier got kicked or something.
Man,
What happened
the first round was great.
for
I
that
mean,
fight?
Yeah, and the second round he just head kick, man. And
that's
it's
the
so
second-
weird because
second
those
time.
guys, if they fought, it could go either way every time.
Yeah, and that's the second time they fought, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're 1-1.
Of course.
So they're 1-1. But I mean, like, Dustin, of course, is like, hey, you know, he's just the better fighter that night. He's so respectful. And
Yeah.
he's like, but I do want that back, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I bet Dana loves that. You know,
Dude,
it's already
I'm
just matched
sure.
up. You know, just
I'm sure,
the
but
narrative
man, like,
is written.
you know, and then you got Connor calling him out.
Oh yeah, I
You
saw
know what
that
I mean? So
on
it's
Twitter.
like, wait a minute, you got Chandler first. Like, am I
Mhm.
watching this Ultimate Fighter for no reason again?
Oh, they fight at the end?
They're supposed to.
Really?
I don't know. I don't know.
I
if
mean, is
they're-
that how it works?
That's how it's supposed to go.
Oh, I didn't
But
know.
I don't know if nothing's signed, so you never know, right?
Oh yeah.
They just could be the two coaches, I guess.
Yeah,
but
that's how I understood
And my
it.
thing is that they should fight.
The
I think
coaches
that's how
should
it always.
fight.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
When it was Chuck and Randy, they did.
What if you did a synergy contender series here, like with local gyms and stuff,
If I did, and I could send them to the UFC.
and then
Who would I have?
Whoever wins,
Ooh.
but then they have the coaches fight. That'd be fun, dude.
Bro.
Maybe not have 10 fighters. Maybe have 3 fighters. You know, it doesn't have to be so, enormous.
Yeah.
Have 3 fighters, two coaches, and do that over like 6 weeks, and then see what comes of it.
We do it every show.
I know. There has to be a payoff. The payoff for the contender is you get a
Has
UFC contract.
No
so-
doubt. That's so awesome, though.
Yeah.
I love that he does that every Tuesday. Like it's
Mhm.
coming up next week, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one I'll watch.
Yeah.
I haven't. The first 2 shows, I don't see anyone from the Midwest on it. Kind of bums me out. It always bums me out.
Where are they coming from most of the time?
This one, it seems like a lot of them were Brazil on the next card.
Oh, international.
Yeah. Hopefully that's just the first one, and then
Yeah.
the next few, because they only announced week 1 and then a little bit of week 3, I think.
Okay.
But I'm waiting to see some of these Midwest guys really go
Yeah.
in there and take it.
Yeah, they will.
There's some guys that really are deserving of a contract right
Mhm.
now. So, Alan Olivas, man, 125. That dude deserves a contract.
Mm-hmm.
Marshall Kemp at least deserves a contender series. Lige
Yeah.
Mitchell is right there with him. That's why I want those 2 to fight.
Yeah.
Let's see who else, man. There's a lot. Gage Young, who just won on FAC.
Mm.
He's 5-1 now.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking solid.
Mm.
Looking solid. Danny Moriarty at 125 in St. Louis.
Yeah.
He's 3-1 now. Just lost his first fight, but he's one of those kids that he loses and he's gonna get fucking better, right?
Right. It's gonna really
Like
push
that
him.
one, yeah. Lost a big fight on Anthony Pettis' show,
Mm.
so he's looking to bounce back.
I mean, the Midwest guys, they'll show up. It
They'll
takes a while to build, and I think that's what you're doing with Synergy. You're putting together the foundation for everyone to really excel, and it just takes a little bit of time for that name to get out there and for people to notice. Because like all communities, the fight community, it's not that big.
It's not that big.
No, of course. Everybody kind of knows everybody. You're naming people from the West Coast and Florida. They know Chris Gregory.
I hope so.
They
If they
do know.
don't, they're gonna know.
Because you're on this podcast.
Nah, they're gonna know. I know all them.
Yeah.
I've been watching these promoters for years. I know who's doing good and who's doing the rough ones.
Right.
And I try to not do the rough ones. So I try to keep my eye on them at least.
Yeah, right. Do not replicate them.
Yeah, man, there's so many good promotions out there, all over. I probably spend a lot more money than I'd like to say or share on just watching $39.99 regional promotions. I probably rent more regional shows than I do UFCs.
But is that because of pleasure? Like you're
No,
enjoying watching them, or you breaking them down?
I want to watch these guys. You know what I mean? If I want them on a card. And
you're watching the fighters.
Yeah, I'm watching every.
I
mean, I'm watching the promotions too, but I'm watching the fighters too on all of them, man.
Right.
I ain't trying to steal none of them or nothing, but most of these guys are unsigned. You know,
So does that happen with Synergy where you sign someone and they can't go anywhere else, or does that happen with other promoters?
No, we don't do that.
No, you just come fight and you do your thing.
Yeah.
And if you want to,
not saying that will never happen, that we won't have like 2-fight or 3-fight contracts, but we're not a fan of it.
Yeah,
because the whole point of fighting pro on a regional circuit is to get to the next one.
Yeah.
If you're in a contract though, like with us, like say Tyler Stinson and Marco in this contract, right, for this next show.
Right.
If they got a call from the UFC right now, see you guys later.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of this shit,
right?
Some will make you stay.
Oh, right.
I would never, ever want to hold somebody back from going. You know, even if it was a Bellator fight where they can get paid extra amount of thousands of dollars more, I'm not going to hold them back.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean,
because you're good people.
We're going to get there, though. We're going to get there.
Yeah.
I mean, Bellator, I heard they're selling the PFL or something crazy.
Oh, really?
Or there's just been talks of it. I don't have any idea. But, man, like that's a huge promotion. And those fighters, I'm not saying I want any of them because I probably can't afford them yet. But those guys, you know, the Michael Pages, where are they going to go? They're going to go to the UFC. Like, that's the type of shit I'm thinking about in my head as a fan now.
You're way ahead of the game.
I'm like, woo, where are these guys all going?
How can I position myself to absorb that?
Yeah.
And you can.
You can't.
Oh, you can't?
I can.
Oh, that's what I said. I thought you said you could.
I can.
I believe in you.
No, I don't know. I want to see all these guys. They're like these guys from Bellator fighting the UFC, but at the same time, they're getting paid so much more in Bellator.
Really?
Dude,
I mean, UFC, is Bellator just right underneath?
I'm not.
That's how I see it. I don't know if that's true.
It just depends who you are. You can get paid more to fight. Like AJ McKee probably gets paid way more to fight in Bellator than he'll get paid to fight in the UFC.
Oh, okay.
But in your head, it just depends on the fighter, right? Some fighters are like, I have to be in the UFC.
Right.
But we all, like me as a hardcore fan or somebody that's around the sport is like, I know you don't have to go to the UFC to be successful.
Yeah.
You can go to ONE FC. You can go, you know, as long as they're paying you, you know.
And you can make a living off of it.
Yeah. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know.
The UFC seems cool, though. Like, if you made it there, it's like...
That's
a lot
where you want to be.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
That's where you want to be.
It's a big stage.
Yeah, that's where you want to be, but you want to, I mean... Yeah, that's the only place that these fighters want to be.
Yeah.
You can ask them where you want to fight at. Not many are going to say Bellator.
Right. Not their first choice.
Not their first choice.
No. And one good thing that the UFC has done for sure, and this is you know, NFL Films did this as well, is that they have that archive footage of their old players and their old games. And UFC particularly has created their own content, you know.
Oh man,
UFC Embedded, I'm sure you watch that.
Oh yeah,
it's so well done, and it creates so much narrative. Like, it's not just two people fighting.
Nah,
you actually learn who they are and what they're doing and what they're struggling with, and
that's one of the coolest things. The other one is the Thrill and Agony. I don't know if you've watched that.
I haven't seen that one.
Watch that
from the UFC.
Yeah, it's on UFC Fight Pass.
What, I mean, is it anything like?
It's just like shows them like. The one that wins and the one that loses. It's
like afterwards?
Yeah.
Like post-fight. Well, that actually be... Did you ever...
Are you watching this, Nick?
Just for a second.
Oh, okay.
Did you ever... Oh, this is actually... When did this post?
Oh, shit.
8 months ago. This is the first one? Wait, what is this?
It was 281. What was the one last night?
291.
Oh, never mind. Yeah,
I thought this one was 291. Stuck your fingers in my mouth. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say. Oh, did you ever watch?
He said, "I respect everything you've done, but this is my house."
Have you seen? You've watched the old 30 for 30s, the ESPN 30 for 30s. Those are really well done. Yeah.
They're good.
They have some stuff like that for the UFC. Well, in fact, UFC has like their own channel. Right?
Yeah.
Of just all media.
Shit, they
and
got
their own
UFC
shows.
Fight Pass. Then they have ESPN Plus.
Well,
But it's all on UFC Fight Pass. Like everything.
okay, yeah.
Like literally Strike Force,
Yeah.
Pride FC,
Uh-huh.
Shudo.
That's all
Yeah.
part of the...
I don't know if they have
Mecca.
Rumble. Now I'm wondering if they have Rumble on the Rock. Because, man, those ones were good.
Yeah.
Bro. Like,
Well-
if you haven't seen, like... Those are you go back like they go. It's like the young BJ Penn or
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I think he was still signed with the UFC when he fought for Rumble at the Rock. That's how new I think the UFC was when he fought. He went over and fought there.
Oh, and was allowed to. And
I don't think he was allowed.
Oh, he just...
I don't know if
he
he was
just
allowed or
went over.
not, but
I think they just hosted
he was one of the ones that was like, I'm going to fight other places.
Oh,
Like,
right.
one of the first people.
Which was unheard of back then?
Which was unheard of. There's like this whole Francis Ngannou deal. That's why it's such a big deal, is because
Wait, what's going on with him?
people don't ever leave the UFC.
Oh, he left?
He left the UFC and is going to make $2 million. The PFL made him the CEO of PFL Africa, which who knows, how that will go. So he'll be helping, his
An entire
people.
continent?
Yeah, man. That's awesome.
Wow.
That's awesome.
So he's gonna build
gone.
this
He's
in
already from the
Africa?
UFC. They say he's going to fight Tyson Fury next in boxing. That's going to make a killing.
Yeah, he'll make plenty of money off that. Wait, so
Who
he's
do you
gonna-
think wins?
Oh man, you don't.
Do you watch boxing enough to know?
No, I would say Francis, just because he's the only one I've seen fight. But you don't. In my opinion, matters very little on this subject.
He has a chance in the first minute of the fight, I think.
Oh, after that, it's not good.
I don't think he beats Tyson Fury, man. It's just not like the ratio of MMA fighters going to boxing and winning is
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah. That's why it was so impressive that Conor
Because
did so
even when
well.
they win, they lose.
Oh,
Because you can be knocking the shit out of somebody, but if you're the more technical boxer and you're technically boxing,
I see.
the judges are going to score it for you.
right.
I know I'm going to get so much
It's based
shit
on
for this.
way more technicality than.
Oh, yeah.
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 I have a problem with that in jiu-jitsu because Andrew's always like, it's 2 points if you get swept or whatever. It's like 2 points. I just am trying to kill you. That's all I care about.
I just need to finish here.
Yeah, I just look for the submissions.
I don't. Not in our gym.
The points?
I just do points in our gym.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
I don't
in
even-
my head, I
yeah.
never go for a finish. I don't know why.
Huh.
I don't know. Like, so even when I like feel like I have it, unless we're like open mat or something,
Right,
but like
right.
I don't ever like really. I don't know.
Just add up points in your head.
Yeah,
2 points, 2 points.
I do.
Yeah.
I do because I want to know where I'm at.
I mean, I've grown to like that part
Because
of the
the
sport.
big dudes are hard to finish, man. Sometimes you'd be like, so close, but sometimes it's just hard to finish.
Most of the time.
It's like, yeah.
I guess that's a good way to look at it because I'll get bummed out if I don't, finish them or whatever.
Yeah, I don't get bummed out
And
no
then,
more.
but if you have I don't-
Usually they're like half my age anyway. So
yeah,
like,
right. But
as long as I can hold up, I'm good.
it's like the actual sport part of it, like
Yeah.
it's I know it's not going to work in the bar or whatever. I don't
Right.
know why I think that, but it's more fun that way. It's like actually like let's play this game. Can you sweep me for 4 points? Can you get off your back?
Someone
for
walked
2?
in the.
I know. We're gonna have to address that. See if I can turn that off at least when I'm recording, because that's loud.
Ding dong.
I know. I'm definitely gonna hear it.
That was my mind going off. How long have we been going for?
2 hours,
Perfect.
20 minutes.
That's it. Damn, that long?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't seem like it.
No, not too bad. Not too
I
bad.
guess I like to talk.
Yeah, right. There's a lot to talk about.
Always. You have a coach on?
Oh, at some point, yeah. Talk about talking. I'm gonna be like, listen,
He won't talk.
we got 3 hours.
You know, I had him commentate one time, right?
Oh, really?
He said like 4 words.
What?
Yeah.
What? Did he get nervous?
I don't know. He just didn't say nothing.
That's very unlike.
Oh, no. It's kind of.
That's very unlike.
Being on the mic is kind of weird sometimes, For me, it doesn't bother me. Like, I was like, I'm going to be nervous.
Yeah.
But then as we started going, I was like, this is what I do.
I think it would be hard to commentate a fight.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, you're trying to literally play by play as the person's watching. And that's why Rogan does so good. Because he
Dude.
can speak the common tongue So the people that don't really get it, like he can get across what's actually happening.
Oh, for sure.
And they can at least understand a little bit more, because there's times where things are happening and it looks totally normal. And Rogan will be like, this guy is in super dangerous territory. And you're like, oh, he is? Well, how come? And then
he
all
makes
something
everything
happens. You know?
so like, really? Oh, he's like so like
especially for
over
the fights.
top.
Yeah.
Too, you know?
Oh, his memes are great.
Dude, even when he's on his rate, even when he's on his podcast,
Yeah.
like he'll be like, somebody will be talking and he'll just be like, ooh, like like into it. Like,
Yeah.
but he's so good at it.
Yeah.
Man. He's so good at it. I mean, that and the podcast and commentary, I love him, man.
Oh, yeah. Huge fan. This is all here because of
he never
him.
goes. Hopefully he don't ever retire.
I wouldn't think so.
I mean,
As
God,
long as-
he's got a lot of money, so
yeah.
could at any time. Probably.
I think he likes it. I think the only thing I've ever seen him talk about not wanting to do is travel. Like, I don't think he's ever been to Dubai or anything.
Yeah, I don't think he likes to do that.
But anything at Vegas or whatnot, he doesn't.
Probably don't like to go to Dubai because he can't smoke.
That's a big
Probably
thing.
cut his fucking hand off.
That's not good.
Should I not both say
The
that?
whole Fight Island thing was pretty
But
crazy.
I'm pretty sure in like some
They
of those
cut your hand
countries
off.
is like if you even smoke, like like I think it's India, bro. Like if you get a dirty, it's 10 years in prison.
Oh,
like
yeah.
they'll drug
I
test
think
you or something.
Japan is like
Someone
that too.
said, I don't know which one, Singapore or something like that.
Oh yeah, a lot of those Southwest Asian Asian countries. Yeah,
Listen, I went from India to Indonesia to
somewhere
Singapore.
over there.
I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point.
They do not fuck around.
Nah.
You cannot. I mean, Brittany Griner found out in
Dumb,
Russia.
man.
Take weed into Russia? No, I'll just go sober. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Not Russia. You want to eat?
Why? Why would you even?
Entitled, I guess. I don't know. I
Something.
wouldn't recommend it.
This is an old ass topic. I don't even want to talk about Brittany Griner, but it's true. Like, why would you even do that?
There's a lot of prisons in the world that I wouldn't want to go to, and Russia is very high on that list.
First of all, we don't speak the same language, so how am I
Not
even
good.
supposed to? Yeah.
Not good. And then like both of our countries are kind of like always got a gun under the table at
You
each
come
other.
to my cell.
Yeah.
I wrestle with bear with claw.
Exactly.
Like you'd be like, dude, nah, I'm good. Bro.
I like to stay in my cell if that's a possibility.
Can I get an American cellmate? Something.
I am American. How do I speak
They
English?
probably put me in a cell with Brittany Griner's ass.
I mean,
Jesus.
it could be worse. It could be worse. I'm not going to oppose that.
Oh, shit.
We could play basketball.
Nah, she'd probably whoop me in basketball for sure.
She's like 7 foot. I mean, she's huge.
Dude.
I think. How tall is Brittany Griner?
Oh, man, you looking this up. Is this serious? I bet she's 6'7". That's what I'm going to go with.
6'8".
6'7". 6'8".
That's not Brittany Griner, is it?
That is Brian Shaw. He looks like he's 4'4". I hope that people can see what you're looking up.
There
right
we
now.
go. They can. Oh, 6'9".
Dang.
She's even taller than what we thought.
Dude.
Can you imagine her?
Arm span of 87? Dude, I'm pretty sure John Jones is at an 88 wingspan.
What?
Dude, I'm not even kidding. Like, she might. What is wingspan of John Jones? It'd be reach, goofball.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
You said wing 7'1". Is that his? Yeah, wingspan. Oh. Israel. That's a big.
Dude, that's crazy.
I wish they would have put it in. Okay, what was Brittany's?
86.
Brittany's was?
Yeah.
87.5.
Dang, dude.
And so he's got an 80. Oh, she has a longer reach than John Jones.
Wow. She can't fight, though, so.
And there's a big difference there.
Man.
Got a couple inches on the reach, but
I'm excited to see this
the
guy.
capacity of John.
Yeah, at heavyweight. You know?
He's fought there before.
I know, but
It's been a while.
he fought Cyril Gahn, who has, is very in my opinion, very one-dimensional. And he's come along, but in my opinion, he's very one-dimensional. John is, I don't know. I don't know who can beat him. I'll never bet against that dude.
Yeah. No, he's cool.
I don't know about if he's cool or not, but I definitely wouldn't bet against him.
I watched a YouTube on him the other day called something like why is he the bad guy or something. It's a great video.
Really?
I'll have to send it to you. Just a breakdown of like who he is, where he came from, why he says
I partied with John Jones before.
Really?
Yeah.
That's party hard. That's
I
not
didn't
what I
party
can tell.
I didn't party like that. Just drank after after a show in Tulsa. Him and Gerald Harris.
John Jones was in Tulsa?
Yeah.
Oh.
Special guest at XFL.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's badass.
Yeah.
I would love to watch him fight in real life.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone.
He's like an artist in there. You know what I mean?
But
he's different.
Different, but also like the size. Like the size has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, 150s and stuff like that. That's cool, and they can really be artistic or whatever. But when you see a giant do it,
move like he does,
it's like a superhero.
Yeah, he's solid, man.
Yeah.
Woo.
Have you ever seen him fight in real life?
Not live, no.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool.
Not live.
Yeah,
I wish.
Yeah, it's cool. It's really cool to see people at that level do their thing. Like I've seen LeBron James. I watched him at Oklahoma City, and I just thought, I mean, he didn't do anything spectacular.
I've seen Justin Gaethje fight a lot.
Oh, nice.
Like regionally before.
Oh, really?
Because I used to go to a lot of World Series of fighting fights, and that's where he kind of got his like, dude.
That's probably pretty cool for you.
That's a violent man.
Yeah.
And the nicest dude ever, but a violent man. Shoo.
Scares me, dude. It's scary. How many of them are out there?
Too. He takes some shots, bro.
Yeah.
How many of them are out there tough like that?
That are just
I don't know,
nice, normal people, but they actually know how to fight and kick and most of them. I know, it's crazy.
Most of them.
Jiu-jitsu opened my eyes to that, where I thought, oh, okay, I can't.
There's a few dickheads out there like Jacob Thrall.
Yeah, they're pretty easy to
He's
spot,
a good kid,
though.
I love Jacob. That's just like, he kind of has that like persona at fights, like calling people out and shit. Like, I'll fight that guy and shit. He's a little nutcase.
A little showman.
Yeah. Little shithead.
Now, it's probably cool for you to go to those regionals and see all these people and then track them over time.
Yeah,
and then
100%.
see them go all the way and think,
100%.
Oh, I remember you when you were young.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when you were struggling with this.
Yep. You know, a lot of that I've seen in bare knuckle.
Oh, okay.
You know, a lot of guys that were kind of, I don't know, they just they went over there and just fucking
whooped it.
Have done great.
What's your opinion on bare knuckle?
I love it.
Yeah?
I love it because it's entertaining.
Yeah.
I feel like it's less damaging than boxing, although you do get cut up pretty good, but brain-wise, less damaging than boxing.
Just because you can't deliver the same amount of the force because of the padding? It hurts your hand?
I think so. I think like it's because of the padding. I think the padding, I don't know. I don't exactly know that, but I think it's safer than boxing. I think they're trying to prove that it is, too. They're doing a lot of research about it. David Feldman works his ass off, man. You know, that was a guy that even at the beginning I was like, oh, this is, just my opinion was, this is barbaric. Because I felt like we were taking MMA back by doing bare knuckle, but it's not. It's its own sport. It's its own thing. I love it. I love it's entertaining to watch.
It's wild.
It grew on me fucking after the first show, brother. Like, it was like, oh, man, I can't believe I'm going to watch this. And then, whoa, I cannot miss this.
Yeah, wow.
And that's how he did that. He did that himself, you know. I mean, he's picking the right fighters to do that. You know, then he gets the, like, Instagram girls, you know. So then he gets them to fight. You know
wait,
what? I mean?
what?
Like Paige Van Zandt, for instance, you know, or OnlyFans girls, whatever you like to call them. I call them Instagram girls.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, he gets, like, fights like that. So then you got other people who are not necessarily fans watching, you know, because they want to see her fight, you know.
I mean, is just the biggest difference is that there's no gloves, or I mean, does the fight flow differently, or?
Oh no, I think it's just a matter of like hearing those bare knuckles hit for me, you know. And it's different for the. I don't know.
Yeah, it hits different.
It's different. It's different. It is different than boxing. It has its own little aura. It's kind of grimy a little, you know. A lot of the people are like rough, you know. A lot of the fighters are just like, fuck, they'll probably fight right then. You know, their events are nutty, kind of. You know, it's cool though, man. It's the atmosphere at one of their events is super cool. I've been to their Kansas event and it was fucking.
Oh, nice.
It was off the chain. Like, you could hear
The thwack.
Yeah, you could just hear it different. It's just different.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know.
Well,
I would do it. I mean, we've tried to book a few bare knuckle fights.
Could you do it on the same night? Like have like
as
you go-
MMA?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay. That'd
Yeah,
be
you
cool.
could probably do it in a cage.
Yeah.
See why not?
What do they usually
Wouldn't
do?
be
it
no
in?
different.
They usually do it in a ring.
Yeah, it's like a squared circle. So it's like square, but then the inside is like steel beams. It's pretty dope.
Huh.
Hey, look at that. Check it out.
What would I type
So,
in?
bare knuckle fighting championship ring. Put ring girl.
This thing.
See that?
Huh.
So you toe the line, and then you toe the line right there. You never watched it? Have you watched one? And they say, toe the line. You toe the line. They say, no, it's knuckle up. And then they just go.
Oh,
bro.
they put their foot.
And it's like, it's a 2-minute round, right? And there's 5. So it's 5 2-minute rounds. So it's like pretty short rounds, but shit, I don't think
Is it
they
just because
do.
it's so much more intense? I mean,
Yeah.
it could go
Yeah.
south very,
Yeah.
very quickly.
It could go south very. You haven't watched any of these yet? Oh, bro. You're missing out.
It's funny because everyone's like the same. Like, don't fucking take the gloves off.
Yeah, I mean it's solid. Like they have a good product. You know what I mean? Like their product is solid.
Let's see.
What's
So it's
cool
its
about
own-
them
it's
too? They're
its
kind of
own
like
thing?
us too. Like they do like smaller shows,
Okay.
and then they'll do like big. You know what I mean? But like they do it pretty big, bro.
So this is a. Oh, so they're like a promoter.
Yeah.
Oh, they got good videos, bro. Looks good. Do they have to? Oh God, he just broke.
Yeah.
Not that I wouldn't. I'm
Look,
just
there's
saying.
John. You know, everyone knows who that is. John Dotson from the UFC.
Oh, badass.
Yeah.
Wow, dude, it does have a little bit more.
It's just
of a-
intense, man.
yeah.
It's intense. You know, my guys have fought in there. A few of them. Kendrick,
Yeah.
Juan,
Huh.
didn't get touched, bro.
Really?
Didn't get touched.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, super awesome.
I didn't know there was even.
My buddy Kenny Licia fought in there. He did real well. He retired from bare knuckle, actually.
It's the strategy is definitely different.
It's different, you know. It's you ain't trying to hit as hard, but yeah,
man.
these dudes crack. You know, some of them try to be
I know that
technical,
feeling.
and then you got the brawlers. So it's like
Yeah.
I don't know. It has a different feel than boxing. I think it makes it a little bit more fair.
You think so?
You've seen boxers come in there and not look as good
Yeah.
several times, and then you've seen boxers go in there and look fantastic.
Right.
So it's a little weird. Yeah, I got to win over Mossberg's guy.
Nice. What's his name?
I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say nothing.
That's cool.
It was fun.
I'll have to
man.
watch those.
We were trolling each other all the way up until the fight.
Oh, nice.
It was a guy that kind of trains with them here and there and
Oh,
stuff,
yeah.
but it was super awesome. We were like giving each other shit.
Speaking of Mossberg's guy, what's his the name that took his Muay Thai fight and Neosho?
Oh, Zurich?
No, not Zurich. The guy.
Oh, Seth Bird?
Seth. Dude, that fight was crazy.
This kid stepped up on like, I don't know, it's quick enough to get his blood work done.
Oh, because he was
So it
fighting
was like
an
a 2
actual,
days.
an actual dude from Thailand or whatever.
Yeah, from Myanmar.
Yeah, and so when I was filming that, I was like, "Oh shit! I don't know what's about to happen."
Yeah.
And he got like beat up within like the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, it was
he got beat
it was a
back.
quick fight.
He got beat back.
Yeah.
But I mean, on camera, you could see it in his eyes.
yeah.
He's like,
Hold up.
and absolutely just flipped.
Overwhelmed the kid.
Overwhelmed. I mean,
Yeah, it looked
dude,
good.
it flipped 180 degrees. It
That
was
cool.
wild.
I love
to
those
see.
kickboxing fights, man.
They were. I was covered in blood.
It's
after
fun.
Zerk.
So, it's weird because like I'd like to throw them on the MMA fights a little more, but I like it in the ring too because like I don't really want to see them. I mean, I like Muay Thai in the cage. Don't get it twisted, but
Yeah.
like it's not as traditional. I don't know.
Because you can't lean against the ring.
Yeah,
Oh,
stuff like that. I don't know. You just
That's part of it to like be able to.
Yeah, I think so.
So if you have the cage, then you're just.
I just feel like it was cooler in a ring.
Yeah.
You know, we've done it in the cage too. I do it in both, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know
Zerk
what-
has fought for us in the ring and the cage.
I love training with him. He's
It's
one of my
fun.
favorite
It's fun
training
to watch,
partners.
man. Him and Davey Peter was a really good fight,
Mm-hmm.
and then him versus Cody Carrillo was the best fight of the year.
That was in Neosho?
Yeah.
Dude, that
was the best fight of the year.
I was covered in blood. And I was just on the side just trying to hold the camera.
That was the best fight of the year for Muay Thai or boxing, kickboxing. And then, man, we've had so many good fights.
It was just a banger after banger after banger. I mean, it was a very exciting night.
It was good. And then the next one was Kansas City. That one was good, man. That was real good. Terrell Jones and Jared Medley. That was a really good fight, man. Amateur guys that look like pros, man.
Nice.
Golly.
That's good. That's what you want.
Yeah. These guys, man, this next crop of talent, I'm telling you, they're going to be good. I'm going to have a whole bunch of guys going pro soon.
That's
and then
great.
The next guy's coming up. So.
Well, I mean, they do good, you do good.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, well, where have they fought before Synergy? Oh, let's check this out. And
like it says on the website, bro, even says it on the bottom. It says our team, like the fighters. I put the fighters on there. Like without them, like we absolutely have nothing. You know what I mean? We don't. And man, I'm proud of what we're building. I'm proud of these guys, these fighters. They're building up with us, so it's fucking awesome. So.
No, I haven't known you that long, but when I first met you, we were rolling or whatnot, and then people were saying like, "Oh, he puts fights together." It's like, what? Is that a real thing? Does people really do that?
That's how I feel sometimes too.
And then it's been cool to like see it come full circle. You know, go to Neosho and to, there's that fight, Mack truck.
Yeah,
I saw that. I was at my house very late, and I happened to like look at Instagram. I'm like, oh, fight! Holy shit!
Yeah, that was a big one.
I could not believe it. No, I could believe it actually.
He just held on to the armbar a little too long. He knows that.
Yeah,
but that was a good fight.
No, but it's cool to like actually see it come full circle and like, oh, this is legit. Like this is professional. This isn't, you know, parking lots of the casino or something. You know, like this is very well done. There's a lot of thought put into it. There's a lot of love and passion and a lot of moving parts that all have to come together somehow.
And you have to keep that passion. A lot of people kind of, just kind of go with it, and I'm trying to keep that. I think I'll always have it, man. I love these two guys too much to just be like, see ya, I'm done with this shit. Right? Like,
well, you got to take breaks, you got to pull back a little bit.
Summer was a nice little break.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
But now you're hungry again.
Dude, I'm so fucking pumped for what we have coming up, man. Like what Zach and, and what Verts is helping us do, you know what I mean? Fuck, man. Yeah. That relationship is great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Where are they based out of?
Joplin.
Oh, really?
Or, well, I think Colorado originally.
Oh, okay.
But they got locations in Joplin, Dexter, Gelatin.
Nice.
Yeah, man. About to hopefully one in Kansas City soon.
So they like the shows in Springfield.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They can operate a little easier there.
Yeah, man. And they like the Neosho show. They loved it. So.
Yeah. Did they set up? They
set up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they set up and gave papers and cool little stuff away and stuff like that. And then they set up for like the first few fights, and then they go watch the fights. They're like, man, we got to get out of here and watch the fights. So that's awesome.
I can tell where they are because I can smell them. Yeah. I'm like, there's somewhere over here.
Dude, that's every show, man. Every show I go to, it's skunky in there. So I think we're finding the right customer base.
Drawing in the right crowd.
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, I don't know what else is better than to kick back and watch some fights. And that's what's so cool about some of your shows. Just you can just sit there and be a fan.
Yeah, you can just sit there and be cool and
just watch an amazing fight.
Yeah, get up and dance if you want to, whatever.
Yeah. There's something about, like, I didn't really realize this until I started going to my buddy's indie music shows in Pittsburgh. And so he's this indie artist, like amateur, if you want to call him that. And then you have people open up for him who are also amateurs.
Right.
And so I really wasn't exposed to that world. I always go into the big concert, the professionals,
Yeah.
But to see that, it's raw, to see that raw skill and talent and passion come out on stage, and man, maybe their speaker goes out or something, or maybe they forget a song or whatever, whatever happened, all the weird stuff. It's so much more pure in a way, it's like they're truly doing this because they're passionate about it, and maybe it's not the best music or the best lyrics, but because they love it, I love it. And so that kind of woke me up to everything else that is out there, and that's how I think about Synergy. He's like, some of these guys aren't most polished. They're not the greatest fighters. They are out here because they love it.
Yeah.
And they're doing the best they can.
To turn themselves into that polished fighter.
Exactly. And it's cool because, you watch the UFC, it's like, that's a done deal fighter. He or she is fully formed or pretty much formed. But to see them at this level, it's like, oh yeah, if you keep doing that, you're going to turn that into something amazing.
It's fulfilling watching these guys get somewhere too.
Mm-hmm.
Watch them get that big fight opportunity. I've seen it several times.
Yeah.
Watching them get that opportunity to get in the UFC.
Yes.
Finally getting in the UFC. Just watch them.
Right.
It's awesome.
It's like, you're so proud of your little babies.
Yeah, I mean, I'm proud of them.
Yeah.
For sure. That's what you want to see is.
Mm-hmm.
And then, they start doing great things for people. That's the best part about it.
Well, I mean, you're doing great things for a lot of people.
I'll try my best, man.
Yeah.
I'll try my best. Speaking of great things, One Jiu-Jitsu Club in Kansas City, Kansas. I want to give a shout out to them, man. It's a jiu-jitsu school, basically just for kids. It's free.
Nice.
Yeah, it's free, and it's definitely in a rough part of town. You know what I mean? So I always want to give a shout out to those guys. One Jiu-Jitsu Club, Community Jiu-Jitsu Club, One Community Jiu-Jitsu Club.
One Community Jiu-Jitsu Club.
Yeah, they got a GoFundMe.
Okay.
So go check them out.
I'll pull it up real quick.
Yes, sir.
This one right here, One Community, free jiu-jitsu classes.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful. Oh, bro, I rolled with him just a couple weeks ago.
Awesome.
Do you know him?
Yes.
He came in, I think he's from Pitt or went to Pitt State.
From Pitt.
Yeah, he's a rugby player as well.
Yeah, that's one of
brown belt.
Andrew's besties.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
Why his name is not coming into my head right now is going to bother me.
Is it like Ben or?
No.
Yeah,
definitely. That's not his name. I can tell you that.
No, it was a fun roll. But yeah, One Community. Where's here's the donate button right here. This will probably take you.
Yes, sir.
There you go. Donate to their GoFundMe right here. You can give. Oh, looks like they got a goal right now of 100,000. Working up to, when did they post this? Is this still? Yep, July 19th, 2023. Great.
Yeah, man. Like, they're always doing just great things. You know what I mean? There's other guys like from KCBJJ that come in there and help. And Jeff Molina goes in there and helps. All these guys go in there and help, man. It's awesome. Super awesome. Yeah. Yeah, Raymond Freeman is the founder and owner.
Nice. Yeah, he'd be cool to bring on the podcast.
Yes, sir. He would.
I'm sure there'd be a lot of stuff he could talk about.
Yep.
About the joys.
He's got a lot of
jiu-jitsu.
No, he's got a really cool background.
Yeah.
A really rough background.
Right.
So I would love to help these guys out any way I can. So I just give a shout out.
Absolutely. I'll cut it and put it out there. It's a testament to the power of jiu-jitsu and how it can change your life.
Yeah, man. Just get these kids off the streets, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially up there.
Mm-hmm. And, it's
Kansas City, Kansas is pretty rough, man.
Yeah.
Wyandotte especially. So.
Is that where you were from?
Nah.
No.
Nah. I just
that's where you lived, I guess?
I lived in Kansas City, Missouri, actually. Yeah, it was on the
other side.
It was hood, but it wasn't as bad as Kansas City, Kansas is. It's pretty rough, especially lately. I don't know why, but yeah, man.
So hot out.
It's cool for these kids to have a place to go, man. It's
for free
jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
You couldn't ask for anything better,
right?
Talk
about getting pulled on the right path. That'll do it right there.
For sure.
You take a couple classes, and if you're not hooked, take a couple more, and then you will be hooked.
Yeah, I think it's something you got to stay in for a little bit to really
sometimes
get the results. Sometimes.
Oh, for sure, the results. Yes.
The results.
Yeah.
But just even oh, okay.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit.
Yeah. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot of technique, but then for me, there's been a lot of internal learning, ego learning, thinking I'm better than I am, or
it's very humbling to yourself. It's very humbling.
Very humbling.
And I the thing about me in jiu-jitsu is I never base me off of anybody else. It's my journey, right?
Yeah.
So it's okay, you got a few stripes and I didn't. I probably ought to do some shit,
Yeah.
I got to figure out
what pushes you.
Yeah, I just got to figure out what I got to do. I never is hell yeah, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. A lot of people, I think, base it off of other people, or
It's a
when it's
status
really it's
thing.
your own journey.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I love jiu-jitsu.
I mean, I would lie if I wouldn't say, like, you know, seeing people bump up a belt color and I'm thinking, damn it. You know, like, why am I still a blue belt? Like, but overall.
Or damn, I think, damn, I should have been in there a little bit more so I could be right there. You know what I mean? A lot of it is, you know, injuries or
for
shit happens. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Life happens.
But then if you get to the end of that thought, like you said, it's just about you. It's
At
just
the end of the
it's
day,
your
it's just
journey.
about,
Right. And then, like, I had the pec tear or whatever, and I think there's a lot of lessons that I got to learn. I mean, I have to look at it like that, because if I look at it the other way, it'll eat you. But it's like there's lessons
Is there
I
things
learned.
you do differently now because
for
of
sure.
your pec?
Yeah, for sure.
Same with my shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And that's
no
you have to adjust.
yeah.
One thing it really showed me, like a meta thing, was just the importance of one technique, because I just relied so much on my strength. I had so much power. I could just throw and everything. Well, what happened when I threw? I got my arm caught, you know? And so then it was like, well, you need to focus on, you have the strength whenever you need it, but you need to do technique. And there's the power of drilling. I was just gung-ho. Let's go fucking roll as hard as we can. And now it's like, hey, let's flow. You tap me 20 times. I don't really care. I don't care. Let's just keep going, because I'm learning this thing. It doesn't matter. I mean, does it suck to tap? Yeah, it sucks to tap.
It does.
I'll admit. But that's why I love flowing so much. A flow roll is superior to that, like, super balls out to the wall, like smashing. And it's like, let's just flow.
Yeah, it is.
Because we can get in so many different more positions. Like, I'll choke. I won't even choke you. I'll just put you in the rear naked and I'll let it go. Or I'll let you fight out of it or whatever. And I just think it's superior in learning and superior in longevity for sure.
Yeah.
And, you know, you want to go balls to the wall, like, find that person that wants to do that.
Yeah, young cats.
You need it every once in a while.
You do need it every once in a while. It's needed. And every now and again, you just got to let them beat you up for 4 minutes and then catch them at the end.
That's true. I do like doing that. It's like working me, and then it's like you catch out of the corner.
Do something. Finally.
45 seconds left.
Wrist lock. No,
Andrew's good enough. He looks over. He's like 8 seconds left. I'm like, what are you gonna do in 8 seconds?
Yeah.
I'm all pretzeled up.
Flip your ass all around. Like, dang, bro, come on. Yeah, man.
Great sport.
It's cool, man.
Yeah, dude.
I love this shit.
Yeah,
I love this shit.
I can tell.
I love this shit. And I don't know, man. There's nothing I would rather be doing. I mean, I tried to quit for a little bit. Went and worked at Miller's, was making great fucking money, you know, and just whatever. I would be like
thinking about it.
Then I tried to match fights and work there, and it just didn't work. I was like,
sometimes you got to go all the way.
Yeah, you gotta put it in. You gotta put in the time, and I'm 40 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, talking about like 100-hour work weeks.
Oh, for sure.
Just trying.
The phone's never off.
No, it's always. It's been buzzing this whole time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You got to do some catching up.
Nah, not really.
Yeah.
It'd probably be the fighter. Hey, you got this? Yep.
Yeah, we hook you up.
I got you, bro.
So next show, October 14th?
Yeah.
14th in Springfield at the Shrine.
Yeah.
If they'd like to get tickets, I already closed it out.
SynergyFights.com.
SynergyFights.com. Anywhere else? Or they got to go?
Yeah, NitroTickets.com.
NitroTickets.com.
You know, or the fighters, obviously.
Or, yep. Get your tickets here. It's right on the front page.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yep. And then watch live. You can watch live on MMAFutures.live.
Okay. So if you can't make the fight, but you want to watch, dude, super proud of you. It's been fun talking with you.
Yeah, it's nice to see your podcast back going.
Yep, I'm pumped to have it back. It's a new space. We'll still figure out some kinks like the fucking AC, but it's all good.
Are you hot or something? Is it hot?
Well, the sound.
Oh, the sound. Yeah.
Like this sounds super good, but then that thing kicks on. It's like,
I know there's a difference.
I'm always thinking about that.
That's cool though, man. Yeah, super cool.
But come back on any time
for sure. Especially
if you have a jiu-jitsu tournament you wanna push out there or something, or just want to come back to Missouri and hang out.
Yeah, all the time.
We can just talk shit.
I like to hang out in Missouri.
Yeah, me too. It's a good spot to hang out.
Right on.
So you got social media you want to push? You got
man. Check out Synergy Fights on Instagram, Twitter. All of it.
Facebook,
YouTube. We got a YouTube. We do have a TikTok. We're not real active on TikTok quite yet.
I think that'd be a good idea.
I need to get a little bit more active.
Yeah. It's really easy to go viral on TikTok.
Yeah,
Well,
we
it's
should.
it's easier, I guess.
We should get, I mean, I've had a few little ones get
Yeah.
a few, but then I kind of,
Yeah.
you focus on like one or the
It's
other.
hard to go
it's
across
hard.
all.
I wish you could just post one and then it post everywhere.
Yeah.
So we'll work on that.
Yeah, I think if you use Metricool, I think you can.
Ooh, see, I knew that
I think you can.
Yeah, I figured you were Brandon Blue would know.
Yeah. I think Metricool is what I use, but I only post.
Yeah, but
it's like scheduler.
Yeah, but check out synergyfights.com. We got basically the whole fight card is already up there. And then if we add anything,
That's where you'll know.
that's where you'll know.
Yep.
Right
So
there.
get your tickets October 14th at Springfield Shrine Club?
Shrine Mosque.
Shrine Mosque, yeah. I love that place.
Right on.
It'll be a fun one.
Marco Hutch versus Tyler Stinson. I can't wait.
Hell yeah.
Rising Star versus Seasoned Vet.
I love it. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. The young bull versus the old bull.
Check it out.
Are you going to jiu-jitsu now?
No.
Oh, yeah. You got a parent-teacher
I
conference.
got parent stuff, man. Not parent-teacher conference. My kids aren't in trouble. I got parent meeting for football.
Oh, for football. Oh.
Yeah,
What are they going to go over? Like, Well,
I don't know.
I'm going jiu-jitsu.
I'm going to pretend like I'm listening. I'm just kidding. I won't listen.
Right. As you think about fights.
Right on.
All right, dude. I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you very
I
much.
had a good time.
All right.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening to the Sci-Fi and Friends podcast, episode number 81 with Chris Gregory, co-owner of Synergy Fights and Promotions. Go check out his website at Synergy Fights. Nitro tickets to get your tickets. What is it? Synergyfights.com. See who's on the card. See where the next events are going. Get your tickets. All that kind of stuff. And also, you can watch it live. You can stream it. And check him up on social media. Besides that, I hope you had a good time listening. I hope you got the gist that you should go try some jiu-jitsu because it's good for you. It's good for your soul and your body. And I hope the new studio worked out well. We're gonna find out what we can make better. I think we got an AC to figure out and a door alarm to figure out. So, but besides that, I had a good time. I'm pumped to have this place, and I'm pumped to be back doing podcasts. So again, thanks for listening. I appreciate every single one of you coming with me on this journey. We're aiming for that 100 episodes. We got 19 to go. 19, and AI is going to help me get there. So, all right. Thanks for listening. I love you all. Have a great week. Peace.